provide the stage. So fade away and return to nothing. Your strength is great, but you're no match for me, no. I'll let you live on the entertaining. God of all creation, God of your creation now. So fade away and return to nothing. Your strength is great, but you're no match for me, no. I'll let you live for the entertaining. God of all creation, God of your creation now.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are now tuned into the soothing sounds of the deep, deep south. Oh yeah, that deep Mexican south. The backwater blues, baby. The diabetic Richmond pimp. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce the Gut.
You exercise to get gas out. When it comes down to brass tacks, there's the fact that your ass passed out for health and them gas canisters. And that sore throat, guess that's just the can of this fish. Didn't do jack with it, didn't even jack me off. Bad decisions, but coming back, or flashbacks to chowing Alice. I'm fat, Alice, but I wouldn't do that, Alice, because that's malice. Maybe you lost your balance. Fell and landed backwards, and my thumb just happened to be where your ass was. I see this sign on the plaque that says you're dying for some crack. You already got the shake, might as well be tasty. The smells good. Rats can see you're charging for the die from the class. Like I fucking puss. All these local niggas lined up to tab. Fuck that shit. I'll put your face in my lap. Time for a nap. Guys, I'm not sure what she took. This bitch is mine. I'm so blank. Fell asleep hugging that ass. Today, 5 hours passed. God damn, this bitch fucking wins. I did my gas. She sucked my dick. Yeah, shout out my druggie bitches. When you're done banging federal snitches, gonna suck my dick. Put your nose up in these bitches. Let's see if deep throat 0.5 inches. Yeah. Suck my dick. I stuck my fingers in. You were high on heroin. Are you now remembering? Suck my dick. Yeah, you suck my dick. You exercise to get gas out instead. You go act callous instead. You go tell them that I fucking raped you and pass that as the truth. That shit you said to make ripples. Better hope there's no footage of me sucking meth from your nipples. Got me speaking in riddles and my dick drifting and dribbles. Laid up in bed with the sniffles among these Mexican devils. Thought I was properly itching. I moved in 20 seconds. Got there, saw corn on my porch in less than 26 seconds. Donors slow, they trickle, looking for pennies and nickels to smoke a rock. During average weekend for pickles, guys, only quibbles, the stench of death and pickles. It's been a month, bitch. How the fuck am I still smelling of kettles? Even my mama. Call me the method of masochist, and my methods of actually been perfected with practice and use it. Bitches who use it. Get fascist faction, be blasted this. I'm raping drug addicts. I'll never go back. The kids just shout out my druggy bitches. When you're done banging federal snitches, you can suck my dick. Put your nose up in these britches. Let's see a deep throat 0.5 inches. Suck my dick. I stuck my fingers in. You were high on heroin. Are you now remembering? Suck my dick. Yeah, you suck my dick. Off classes, and then hit the asses, then drop these classes. So fuck you, bitch, niggas, classes. You keep on fucking these niggas that grow so bright. You get cheated with fake the last classes. Pop it down, upper, fucking upper, spit down, straight up bounty that shit. I want the whitest pounders. When I'm down in the ground, if you're losing, I'm flashing print out the pictures of soap, and I'll resume with a bastard. Shout out my drug bitches. When you're done banging federal snitches, you can suck my dick. Put your nose up in these bitches. We'll see your deep throat, 0.5 inches. Yeah, suck my dick. Stuck my fingers in. You were high on heroin, cracking, benefit. Suck my dick. Thank you. This fucking face did not. It's bad, dude. I don't know what to tell you. I really don't.
I've realized that I need to be crystal clear about what I believe, so there's no room for ambiguity. Listen up, Anita keeps denying the pussy, bitch. You'll find me it's not like these fucking who get down on their knees and go trying to the pussy, please. Cause how am I supposed to even compete with African wildebeest? This slut married a millionaire, took most of the hair that grows on his head. She just wanted to date a tramp and shoot heroin. Trust me, she'd come drain Froggy Fresh too if I didn't boot her from the main event. We never faking, never go woke. Tell you, been awakened. Man, she's one with the pigs. How can she hate bacon? And she'd say something like, if you ain't earned your strike, boy, I guess it's there for the taking. I took 2 shots right to the hippocampus. Shook like a bitch while my bitch spread her fat puss. Took 2 shots right to the hippocampus and started crying right before I get the canvas. Damn, that's a motherfucking. Can you remember when you weren't such a dude? I thought you were actually funny when you weren't such a fucking. Nothing but a. Everywhere I go, look at this damn. Now that's straight up. I don't think anyone deserves that level of cruelty or hate. It's also indoctrinated a lot of people into thinking that this is an okay way to behave. I got bullied for my packed lunch when I was at school. Dropped my head in the toilet, grabbed a chain and then pulled. One day I called in. I thought it would be cold. 20 years later, I don't throw punches, I prep bowls. And my wife's fucked at least 100 of the same fools. They stretch the bitch open with their medical tools.
Shut the fuck up, Ian, and sit on the cock stool.
Babe, my head's still in the toilet eating all the soft stool. You dumb bitch, how can you display the gash to everyone at the motherfucking creator clash? So I guess they finally grasp that G-rated ass is worth 20 times more than a chin made of glass. You can still taste dried up jizz on this beta cash. Let's just say some niggas became attached. Ian dropped the keys, dropped the paper stash. Didn't even leave here with my name attached. That's all in the past, I'm the future of this bitch. Why else would they call me Beta Max? Man, the beast is a blast. Sometimes we sit back and laugh and just freeze frame the moment that my face got smashed. She says that it's her favorite match, my greatest chance to get a semi-dilated snatch. So when your legs open smoothly and almost mechanically, I know it's the ass whooping fucking wasabi handed me. God damn, that's a motherfucking. Can you remember when you weren't such a. Dude, I thought you were actually funny when you weren't such a. Nothing but a. Everywhere I go, look at this damn. Now that's straight up. I'm also sorry to all the black viewers and minority groups who had to put up with that video. I was being cruel, hateful, bigoted, and being very uncaring about people's feelings.
There's a big difference. Hi, chat. Hello, everybody. How's it going? What's up, my biggas? Hello, Bigot Berry.
Oh my gosh, I can't. That's so funny.
How are you both doing tonight?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing.
You're doing.
I'm doing.
You're doing. Oh man, chat. I hope you're excited for tonight. I should tell you, I did a lot of research. I already know enough about who we're talking about tonight. That I probably could have pulled up some videos, but then I realized that the based and just barely exonerated Turkey Tom made a 4.5 hour video on this, which we're not going to watch all of, by the way. We are not going to watch all of it. I am going to do a little bit of skipping around when relevant, because I have watched this documentary already, so that you guys don't feel overwhelmed by 4 hours. However, I would encourage everybody, if they want to watch the full thing, that they can.
Sounds good.
Sounds
very good.
But, like, how are both of you guys doing? Like, how's your day going, you know?
I'm tired.
You're
I
tired?
streamed for like 11 hours.
How'd you do that?
So I'm out of it.
Why'd you do that?
I wanted to reach my goal and celebrate my 2-year anniversary.
Oh, fair enough.
Congratulations.
Exciting stuff.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
2 years and you're already, like, streaming with big people. Isn't that crazy?
I know. I like, if you would have told me 2 years ago that any of this would have happened, I would have been like, what the heck are you talking about?
Yeah.
I'm not even like relevant.
MommaOcco.
At Internet's
Oh,
Ambassador
so
8,952 sent $5 for
Thriving.
Oh no. Run Celestium.
For now.
Run while you can retain your sanity. On second thought.
Until I
stick
get
around
canceled
and
again,
enjoy the
maybe.
chaos,
Yeah.
horror.
For the 69th time, probably.
Time.
You know?
For real. For real.
It seems like it happens every other week, and every single time it gets stupider than the last, in my personal opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Yes.
Sorry,
I
go ahead.
agree. Oh no, I said I agree. Sorry.
I was just gonna say thank you, Internet Zen Master, who has said, "Oh no, run Celestium, run while you can retain your sanity. On second thought, stick around and enjoy the chaos horror." What about Dama? Does Dama need to run too? I feel like Dama should run away from this as well.
Yeah, actually, no one cares about me. It's maybe because I'm black. That's why.
Yeah, you're the actual black person here.
That's a minority and a token character. I see it.
Exactly. Well, I decided for tonight that we definitely need to laugh and feel jovial, because we're definitely gonna be depressed and depraved feeling by the end of this, I guess you could say.
Oh boy.
I'll be sipping on my Red Bull.
I got my snacks.
I was actually gonna say, you probably don't want to be eating anything. Drinking
Well, I
is
haven't
fine.
had dinner, so I will be eating later. I'll survive. I'll be fine.
Oh boy. All right. Now I believe I sent you both the Watch Together link, so you both have you both used Watch Together before?
It's been
I
a
have
long
not.
time, yeah.
Okay, so you both know that you can pause it at any point if you want to while we are going through this.
Okay.
From
Just want to
MommaOcco.
make sure that you guys know. Thank you, MStealth, for the 5. Is it going to read it out? It is not going to read it out. Just in time to see two of my Oshis. Oh, and Akko is here too, I guess. Let the chaos begin. Damn. That's mean. I appreciate it.
Mean.
That is so cold.
It's all right. It's
Oh
all
my
right.
God.
It's all right. I'm fine with the abuse. I'm fine with the abusing. Which, by the way, is a line that we're going to be hearing a lot today.
The abusing? Oh,
The
no.
abusing. I'm being abused, chat. I'm being abused. So,
You guys are hilarious. Goodness gracious. Don't bully Akko. He's based. Come on.
I try. I don't think I'm as based as some other people, probably, but I try. I try. What is based these days even for people? You know, what even counts?
I just think you're really cool. That's all I mean,
Cool.
that's my definition.
Fair. Fair. But anyway, tonight we are going to be talking about a very fun individual. His name is Andrew Ditch. Now, I should give you guys some warnings. This man has been on national TV. If you pay attention to local or national TV, maybe you've seen what he was on the TV for when we go through this. Spoiler alert, that was not the highlight of his lolcowdom that we are going to be going through tonight. It actually is among one of the lighter things that you might see him go through tonight. He is colloquially known, by the way, just to give you guys an idea of what we're going through, he has been called the PoopSquatch.
Oh no.
That is a name. That is a name that he goes by. Thank you for becoming
I
a member.
want to learn the lore.
Oh, you are going to learn the lore. You are going to learn the lore.
Scary, child. Scary.
That's why I have named. That's why I put the PoopSquatch Returns in my thing here.
What a title. Goodness gracious.
It is indeed quite a title. Anyway, I feel like there's no better time to start than now. Have you both got the Watch Together pulled up and ready?
Yeah.
I will pull it up right now.
Okay. So I will, like I said, I told you both this, and I'll tell chat. I am planning to jump around just a little bit when I feel like it is necessary. There is some bits and pieces where it's just like, I don't feel like we need to let all of this go through, but we'll be covering most of it.
At the Professorking 1911 tips $10 to change the UP's
Thank you.
batteries.
Prepare my brain.
Dear,
Whatever's left
how
of it,
can
at
I be
least.
disgusted? After what Trump and the
Just saved,
U.S.
like, a
military
tiny
just did to
crumb
the
of brain cell
Iranian
for you,
leadership,
Occo.
I'm flying high with happiness. Don't sorry if this is...
Oh, goodness. Thank you, the Professor Keen, reminding us that the military just like took out Iran. We're not going to be talking about politics tonight, chat. Not tonight. I will probably talk about it on Wednesday after people are retarded about it, if that makes sense. But for those that don't know, today in world history, both Jews and Americans went after Iran. Not just Iran, but Iran dictators, basically. That's the big thing for today. Are you guys both ready?
I am ready.
You both ready?
As ready as my brain can be.
Yeah, you sure? Oh man, it's not too late to back out now if you really want to.
No, I'm gonna stay right here.
All right.
I'm gonna let my brain melt.
All right. Thank you, by the way, to the Professor Keen for the 10. I appreciate it. All right. Andy Dish is probably one of the worst lolcows there is. Okay, so I also should tell you, there is lolcows, which I'm sure that you both are very familiar with the terminology of a lolcow.
Mm-hmm.
There is also something called a horror cow. Are you familiar with horror cow as a term?
Wait, horror? Like a horror movie?
Horror, yes.
cow?
Horror, as in like horror movie.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
It's basically it's become somewhat of an umbrella term that people use, but it basically like your lolcows are basically anybody that can be milked for amusement on the internet. A horror cow is specifically somebody that is so degenerate or disgusting that they are revolting to pay attention to, and you pay attention to them for whatever weird or sick reason that you might pay attention to them. I don't know if that says anything about me, but Andy Ditch is one that I only pay attention to when there's like a gigantic thing to talk about.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Speaking of lolcows, I love Mikey No More's documentaries. He's got good documentaries too. We watched his quartering one. Anyway, let's get going here.
Andrew would spend the remainder of his winter at the facility before being discharged in March of 1993.
I should by the way, I skipped through the beginning here where he talks about how Andrew was born. So let me give you a brief TLDR. Andrew was born, and he is not really a remarkable kind of guy. He's pretty normal. However, he's got some weirdness to him, and he's very intent on getting specific diagnoses on him so that he can get special treatment and attention. For those that don't know much about that is called malingering, if you guys are familiar with malingering at all.
No, I think this is the first time I hear that word. No.
It's basically somebody shopping around for medical diagnoses so that they can get special treatment or attention.
Oh, brother.
Yeah.
Another mental illness in the books.
Yes.
Home and resuming his education. However, this was short-lived, as a few months later, he would be readmitted once more after assaulting his older brother by the name of Joe.
Oh yeah, he also hates his family, and he has oftentimes assaulted his family members in various ways.
That's great.
Yeah.
Oh, this time, the record would show an even more troublesome childhood for Ditch, whose mother, Janet, experienced multiple health complications during pregnancy, whose parents were struggling financially and were clashing over intrafamilial issues, who had experienced abuse from an early age, and whose attendance of schools and developmental programs would regularly end with reports and diagnoses. His parents claimed that Andrew's problem began around the age of 4, but it's not hard to see that many of the probable causes were present in his early childhood, and to everyone's concern, he was not growing out of it. The referral documents no longer seem to view Andrew as merely another routine patient, with reports being placed on admission that they viewed him to be a risk to others and himself, with more psychological tests required due to—
It's a great thing to start off at when this child is like under the age of 10, by the way. If somebody says that you're evil or psychotic, that's a great way to start your childhood.
Off to a great start.
Oh yeah, we're off to a great start. Here, I'm going to play back the speed up to 1.25 just for a little bit, and we'll slow it down when we get to good points.
To primitive thinking. The analyzing physician raises concerns over his perception of his own actions, stating that he has a thinking style which brings psychotic process into question, but ultimately concluding that it was unclear at this stage whether this was really a form of psychosis. He would again spend a few months under hospital supervision before being released back into the world with a diagnosis, attending a different school that served children with special learning needs. This didn't really help.
This is young Andrew. Doesn't he look so happy and carefree?
Yeah.
This makes this all the more depressing.
That's
This, I think this is
then
about
he'll
the
go
last.
on to create horrors of some kind.
This is the last time you'll see this guy normal looking.
Though, as a month later, he would be readmitted after threatening to kill his mother in a series of—
Holy smokes, dude.
That little guy?
Yeah.
That itty bitty baby? Crimes.
Yeah.
of dissociative episodes after he claimed to see his half-brother firing a gun with his pants pulled down. This report, although not entirely negative about his nature, is the first where his delusional thinking pattern is mentioned with more certainty, with the doctor reporting that Andrew is delusional about his perpetrator, assumedly Michael, stalking him. With the history that he possesses, it's not a surprise that someone of that age might be struggling with delusions, but in the report, the doctor seems concerned that the parents are enabling these delusions, and amongst other things, this would require immediate treatment.
By the way, that is at one point that's really unfortunate is, as you come to see, Andrew is horrible to his family, but they play into his delusions and they don't really do anything about it. Sadly.
I'm not even putting him on medication or getting him therapy. That's
well, he might have had
Very
that.
unfortunate.
He might have had that, but the unfortunate thing is they really didn't do anything to stop him. Can I play Power World? Maybe one day I'll play it again.
Over the next few months, Ditch would go through multiple courses of therapy and interviews, which would result in a final diagnosis of 4 separate behavioral diagnoses, along with chronic—
This man is just catching them like Pokemon, you know? I only have one. It's autism. This man's got 4 of them.
asthma. These included PTSD, which I assume you're all familiar with, oppositional defiant disorder, which is often found in children who are openly hostile to authority figures, expressive language disorder, which affects people who struggle to put their thoughts into words, and psychosocial stressors, a broader description of environmental factors that can cause emotional distress and fragility. In this case, his past trauma. Looking at Andrew's childhood is not my idea of a good time. The details are revealing, and you can see the roots of his toxic and self-destructive behavior. Unfortunately, all of this is relevant to what happens later in his life and how he tries to rewrite his own documented history.
There's a good picture of him. There's a good picture of what he looks like basically right now. Back when he lived with his family. Before he got...
the part where I started saying he lives in his mom's basement and eats Cheetos and stuff?
No.
Is he a Discord mod?
You know, he might have been. He might have been before he decided to start regressing. Who knows?
Oh, no.
to justify his gross actions. This is the last time that I'll be able to remind you. Like the rest of us, Andrew is a human being. Unlike the rest of us, I'm not sure you'll be able to tell. A lot of Andrew's adolescence is riddled with continuous records of his trips into medical centers and mental hospitals for various reasons, many of which remain undisclosed. It's also highlighted by Andrew's own accounts of extremely unhinged behavior, such as poisoning his father's coffee with stool softener.
Hold on. We got to go back. I need you guys to hear that. Sorry, you go ahead.
Oh no, I said sorry about the Cheetos.
I want to make sure you guys can hear this. Because this is absolutely fucking insane.
In mental hospitals for various reasons, many of which remain undisclosed. It's also highlighted by Andrew's own accounts of extremely unhinged behavior, such as poisoning his father's coffee with stool softener.
You know.
Whoa.
So he gave his dad laxatives?
He put a bunch of laxatives in his dad's stool softener, yes, and almost killed him. Because that can kill you.
Wow.
Yeah.
I thought coffee like already did that to you.
Yeah,
coffee was a natural laxative.
Well, what it does is it dries out your body because you know the laxatives make you poop, and it just like drains all of your fluids if you're not careful. So I have heard of cases where that has actually happened because it took too much.
Blech.
Yeah, really sad and unfortunate.
There was one time Andy did, put...
Oh, by the way, he does, choose to just, for some reason, admit that he did this. He just tells people, yeah, I poisoned my parents and gave them laxatives.
Oh, my God.
What a very awesome gentleman.
No, not Miralax. I don't remember what it was at the time. It was a stool softener, and my dad's coffee went at 15 or something like that, when he used to work nonstop.
As we'll later find out, I'd take everything Andrew says with a grain of salt, but it was clear that his behavior was not improving. And by April 2002, after a string of violent outbursts against his family, he wound up in enough trouble to find himself back where all of this started, the West New York Children's Psychiatric Center. Further assessments were carried out on him, and this time the reports were equally damning, emphasizing his pattern of mental, social, and sexual deviance, including an interest in diapers. He was discharged with an even longer...
No kidding, sorry. I have that song stuck in my head. Maybe he is the diaper sexual furry that Leaflet mentioned in her Aspen video.
I don't think he's a furry. At least not yet. But I wouldn't be surprised if he was.
Begins.
Look at all of these. Just look at all this shit written about him. Morbid obesity. Morbid obesity. I feel bad. Hyperthyroidism. Hashimoto's type. Allergy to Dimetapp and Demerol. I think those are different types of medications. Absent left testes. Oh my gosh, that sounds horrible.
Oh.
He doesn't have his left testicle.
He lost his left ball. That's crazy.
At least he's got the right leaning ball.
I have to keep hearing the word ball today. This is like the 5th time. Or 6th, I don't know anymore. I'm keeping count.
Oh my gosh.
I want to think about a man's balls, man. I hate it. That.
Longer list of mental illnesses, with psychologists drawing parallels between his disposition and borderline, narcissistic, and antisocial personality disorder, which is commonly associated with psychopathic traits. He was eventually discharged in August, with the assessment concluding that he was ready due to his positive response to a structured environment, no signs of psychosis, presenting with articulate speech, and illustrating good judgment and insight that he must maintain appropriate behaviors in the community. However, many concerns were still harbored that this was a person who was seriously unstable and unable to exist in a functioning society, with the report referencing his coercive, threatening, and manipulative nature, stating that he only became responsive to treatment when threatened with legal detention. It was clear there was still the suspicion that Andrew...
Yes, he was threatened with legal detention. And so he agreed. That by the way, that tends to be a constant for him. He will be oppositional defiant until you threaten him with legal action.
Brother.
Andrew was merely on his best behavior.
That's a good picture of him. He's just like sitting on top of your toilet paper with his with a bear in his hand. He looks like a VR chat player. Chat, come on now. That's mean.
I mean,
That's so mean.
They're not wrong.
I mean, fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
For his own selfish purposes. From this report, psychologists believe that Andrew knows how to behave well. It's more a case of his own will. Despite the reservations,
Keep that in mind, by the way.
though, he was released
So he's a
back into
manipulator?
society once more to complete his
Yes, he is a hyper manipulator.
education. And although there would still be reported
Also, fun fact, he's a hyper manipulator and he records himself doing it, thinking that it'll help him.
altercations between him,
Oh,
his
brother.
family, and his school, he remained out of trouble for the most part, moving between jobs at fast food chains and convenience stores. It wasn't exactly a life, but it was living. The reason that he was dismissed from so many jobs is somewhat unclear, but we do know he suffered a head injury in 2005
jeez.
that he would later claim
Ooh.
cost him his McDonald's job. In 2008, now a 23-year-old man,
his
Ditch would have yet
job.
another psychiatric assessment, with the evaluating professional noting that he had already attempted to seek consultation at another clinic, but didn't like the doctor, who Andrew alleged did not want him to seek employment. In the interview with the doctor, he would refer to himself as suffering from schizoaffective disorder, bipolar, ADHD, Tourette's, OCD, and conduct disorder. Although the psychiatrist concurred with the conditions that had been documented before, they ruled out bipolar disorder and deferred any access to diagnoses, which concerned previous speculative conditions like borderline, narcissism, and ASPD. It was clear that Ditch was on some sort of mission to have a label that he could understand himself by, but didn't always like the answers that certain doctors provided. I'm not entirely convinced by his allegations that the past doctor told him to stop seeking employment, nor
Do you think a doctor would do that, by the way?
No. I mean, how are you gonna pay those medical bills? Does he expect it to fall out of the sky?
Bro has the hairline of a 50-year-old. Yeah, and he's in his 30s now.
Christ.
Yikes.
Mm-hmm.
He's molding.
am I by the
He's exactly.
allegation that this offended him so much that he just couldn't work with him. Receiving multiple opinions isn't a bad idea, but the doctors still hadn't said the magic word that Andy was after, that word being autism. Throughout
The magic word is autism.
So, spoiler alert, this man has also tried to get diagnosed with autism his entire life. He's been trying to get diagnosed for so long.
I have a
40?
diagnosis
Oh,
that starts
jeez.
with R.
Never mind, he's in his 40s now. Damn.
Retard.
the late 2000s, autism began to receive more acknowledgement in mainstream society and throughout the scientific world. It had already been experiencing an uptick in visibility and therefore was viewed as more common than it was originally thought. Now, for a lot of people who were children in the 80s and 90s, this meant that they had been overlooked for a diagnosis when there wasn't as much awareness of the condition. But Andrew Ditch had been through all the psychiatric institutes and had probably been evaluated for autism more than a couple times, even when it was not as widely acknowledged. Nevertheless, at a follow-up appointment the year after, a different doctor notes that Andrew was raising questions about the possibility of autism spectrum disorder.
Okay, so keep that in mind. He is asking the doctor, do you think I have autism? I should say that's not something that somebody that has autism or really a lot of mental illnesses would do that often. I mean, it's possible
It's
for...
intentional.
Yeah, there could be a possibility. It's like, hey, doctor, I'm having all these symptoms. I heard that it could be this, but could you get it tested? All that kind of stuff. The way that he took it was to such a logical extreme. It sounded like he was shopping around for a diagnosis, basically.
Which he regards as interesting, before drawing attention to Ditch's history of violence, which included a court-mandated anger management course after assaulting his brother 2 years prior. It seemed that the doctor was one of many people who was skeptical of Andrew's honesty and his needs. This skepticism only heightened following his next appointment, where in a report, the physician sarcastically remarks that he, of course, lost the laboratory slip that was designed to measure his lithium level, and then agreed with Andrew's mother that he
of
should
mine
move
wants
into
to be
supported
diagnosed with
housing, but
autism.
understands
Oh, right.
Ditch has a
This
habit
is a
of
horror
intentionally
cow we're talking
jeopardizing his
about.
applications,
Never
such
mind.
as claiming he's inappropriately touched people, which tells you the sort of person we're dealing with here. He would rather
Wow.
fabricate
What?
allegations
Sorry.
against.
There. My apologies.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Oh wait, did you say I could pause it? Or,
Yeah. No,
or
no.
not?
You have the ability to pause it whenever you want. My
He
apologies.
said what?
Yeah.
What? Okay, so he's also a PDF file, potentially, or sexual deviant, perhaps.
A sexual
Is that what
deviant
it
is probably more appropriate. As far as I know, he's not really like
At Heavenly
yeah,
Jester
he's
discovered
not
mom
like
has
he's not like that far. I don't
So he's
think.
not right, like Cyrax levels.
No. Speaking of which, there's a brief update for Cyrax. He's been kind of he's kind of been removed from the internet because people are pretending to be his girlfriend, and so he's off the internet right now because he's got a new girlfriend. And spoiler
Wait,
alert.
who's Cyrex? I don't know.
no.
Oh, I'll send you the
Oh,
stream.
no.
I'll send you the stream.
Yeah.
Thank you, Heavenly Jester. For 5, I'm actively trying to remove diagnoses off my charts. I'm apparently bipolar, but I was diagnosed so young it could easily been me in autist rage. I hope you're able to get that off. Yeah, for sure. And then Internet Zen for 5 says, who in the right mind wants to be diagnosed with autism? Or right, this is a horror cow we're talking about?
That
Yes.
sounds horrible.
I'm going to be honest with you. If I was diagnosed today, I would, I know that I was diagnosed when I was young and then when I was a teenager. And the second time it happened, the doctor was like, I can very barely tell that you have autism. So you're being diagnosed with very acute autism, which is basically barely any autism at all.
So like high functioning, basically?
Yes, basically, yes. He's got a girlfriend. No, Cyrex has 5 guys that are pretending to be his boyfriend. Or excuse me, girlfriend.
Sounds hella gay.
Considering that they probably have seen pictures from Cyrax that I would not want any normal person to see, it is very gay. Very, very, very gay. Anyway, let's continue.
Himself, then live independently. It should be clear by now that he wasn't exactly fiending for independence, but living with his parents wasn't going much better. He continued to have a strained relationship with them, with major outbursts, psychiatric emergencies, even calling 911 over food that he claimed was too cold. A brief moment of reflection in one of these reports has him stating that he might have overreacted, and that he hasn't been taking his medication due to...
Unironically, that is a call I imagine he would have in that kind of speech pattern.
My food cold.
My food cold. 911, my food cold.
My food cold.
Andy's
sounds like an entitled little.
Andy's food is cold. Andy's food is cold. It needs to not be cold. 911, please send help.
Cold.
I want to drink.
Concerns about his weight. In another one of these documents, it's reported that he denies he would ever hurt himself or his family. Immediately after an incident where he swallowed pills and took a knife to his own wrist and then called the police on his mother. This is one of the first times that we can see that Andrew's mother was advised to seek a restraining order against her son due to this pattern of behavior.
That's not normal, by the way. A restraining order against a family member that you live with is definitely not normal. Not normal whatsoever.
That's,
as you'll also see, it's unlikely this advice was taken too readily.
Okay, it's polyethylene glycol 330/50 USP powder for oral solution. Huh. Wonderful.
That's his dad talking.
Does mom know about that? Yeah. Prescription laxative. Really?
It should be clear by now that Andrew Ditch isn't just a troubled person with anger issues. He's also just a pretty bad guy. He's manipulative, dishonest, abusive, and unable to take accountability for any of it. His intellectual disability isn't the cause of his intentions. It only makes his machinations easier to see through. But it was clear he was still capable of functioning in society. Case in point, this is the same year that after allegedly taking a course in Be Your Own IT a couple of years prior, he would launch the business A Best PCs.
Okay, so this is what's absolutely fucking insane. So this guy tries to go for an autism diagnosis, tries to get himself on disability. And I'm not saying that autistic people can't start businesses. I would say that I'm doing that right now. But like, you're trying to show the world you are lesser than than people think you are. and then you're starting a business where you're doing IT, which IT, while it's not like the most impossible thing in the world, it requires a higher level of cognitive ability that later down the line, you're going to be really confused he can't show, or tries to show he can't show. So I don't know. I don't like it.
A company special
wasn't that started by the quartering? Different one. It was a different IT company. Chat. It was a different one.
Specializing in PC repair and sales. He offered a free service, which was delivered through a forum, and a paid service through his website. It's not the most appealing branding, and I hope his computing knowledge is better than his graphic design, but the reviews were positive, even if they did all share the same questionable grammatical and typographical choices with his website. Birds of a feather, I guess. Genuine reviews were also positive, though, seemingly showing Andrew's ability to effectively perform a job and even operate a business. Around this time, he also set up a website to showcase his enthusiasm in meteorology called Andy's Weather Site, marketed as the all-you-need weather source with forecasts twice a day.
Do you want to go to Andy's weather site to learn about weather?
I don't want a virus on my computer. I'm good.
I would not like a virus.
You don't want daily weather information from Andrew Ditch, the PoopSquatch?
No, I can look it up right now.
No, I need him to make a salad real fast and eat it.
Tomorrow's forecast, heavy rain, stay inside. It's gonna get dirty.
She's dying. I love it.
It gonna rain.
It's gonna be acid rain, don't you know?
He's probably bioengineering the weather, bro.
Probably.
End of 2010, Ditch would set up a Facebook account to promote his business, providing the first record of his interaction with social media. Most of his activity revolved around his business, sports, and personal matters, even sharing a photo of himself looking very dapper. Or should I say diaper? That's the YouTube channel.
No!
He posts photos of the weather.
No!
Looking very tight.
His family, and his dog. It all seemed like a relatively regular Facebook feed, but as time went on, it began to look a little more interesting. On the 10th of March, he posted about how the pain he had been experiencing had become so excruciating that he was going to miss
because it hurts badly.
Does he have eczema?
I can't pull my pants down to go to the bathroom.
Does he have Cyrax's eczema?
He might.
His foot gonna fall off?
I'm posting your OnlyFans or this guy posting this. I can't tell anymore. It's so starting to sound equally disgusting.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, why is it always diapers? I'm just gonna let Andrew explain as we go on.
Physical therapy. He had been posting about struggling with pain in the days leading up to this, but this one was curious in that he highlights that he can't pull down his pants to go to the bathroom, which is definitely more information than I'm sure anyone on his Facebook feed wanted to know. On the 15th of March 2011, following the Japan earthquake and tsunami, Andrew shared his obligatory thoughts and prayers with the timeline, attracting a comment from one account by the name of Michael Ditch.
Absolutely wow. Devastating.
This told us two things: that Andrew's excellent grasp of the English language ran in the family, and that despite their troubled history, these two were still in contact, which may raise a few eyebrows. Shortly after, in April, Andrew would make a post lamenting that he was barred from a local Wendy's for making a mess in their lobby. What kind of mess? We can't be sure, but a couple months...
Wait.
How did you get banned from Wendy's?
Please don't tell me it's what I think it is.
Why don't you play and find out? Why don't you play and find out?
Okay.
But a couple months later, the story has changed significantly. In two separate posts, now they were merely complaining about the time it took for a fish sandwich to arrive, unless he was banned from two separate Wendy's, which is also believable. In July, he puts out a message expressing anger towards people who slander others, stating that they will be punished. After this, his Facebook returned to normal, but his life definitely did not. In December, he was referred again for a psychiatric assessment after he ended up in a physical fight with his brother, argued with his father, Thomas, over a vacuum cleaner, and then threatened to cut his mother's hands off. He denies this and says he's actually doing very well outside of the occasional argument. His mom, on the other hand, says that he's becoming increasingly demanding and threatening, not taking his medication, and is disruptive around the house. When asked if she would be willing to take him back, she is reported to have become angry and slammed down the phone. Don't be surprised if you're feeling a bit of deja vu. It won't be the last time. After maintaining a relatively low online profile, in 2012, he decided to set up a YouTube channel for his business, where he would share the projects that he was working on.
Okay, I'm Andrew from A-Best PCs here. We're going to show you how to do a simple hard drive or hardware upgrade on a laptop.
In these videos, Andrew sounds like a relatively well-adjusted...
Do you want to learn how to upgrade your hardware on your laptop with Andrew?
I want to learn how much I have to pay him so he can eat a salad.
human being who is knowledgeable on his subject area. If you didn't know him from anywhere else, he'd seem like your perfectly average part-time YouTuber. He also provided hygiene tips in the comment section, reminding people to wash their hands.
This is the last man that will give me hygiene tips.
Yeah,
I'm good.
Hygiene tips from this man.
The last time I want to hear hygiene tips from this man, I'm gonna be real with you.
I want to hear it from fucking Diaper Boy over here.
What sucks is we haven't really even gotten to the diaper stuff yet. We've just heard lingerings of the diapers.
Just allegations of diapers.
There's been allegations of diapers. Yeah. There have been allegations of soiled pants.
Mother of pearl.
After handling anything with oil.
It's disgusting.
He would upload multiple videos on this channel over the next couple of years, all of which seemed inoffensive in their content, and he would also set up other socials for his business, including a Twitter and LinkedIn, spotlighting his experience in his field. But with his discovery of online communities, he began to indulge his more perverse and volatile side. In 2014, he set up an account on adisc.org, a self-proclaimed AB/DL/IC community. With the
Are you guys ready?
No!
Are you guys ready?
No, I'm lost. Wait, what does all of this mean?
Okay, I'll explain. So ABDL are adult baby diaper lovers, basically people who like to act like children, or more specifically babies, and participate in baby-like activities, such as being
wait.
Like shitting.
Occo, wait, hold on, Occo, hold on.
Oh no, we lost her.
What the actual heck did I just... What is this?
Welcome to the internet.
I want to drink bleach. Someone give it to me.
Oh fuck. I just love how it mentions on this website that their members also include incontinent individuals. Like, the ABDL stuff is gross, but they're also including incontinent individuals.
ABDLI for incontinent people. And baby furs, because of course there's furries.
Yeah. Yep.
Of course.
Letters standing for adult baby/diaper lover/incontinent. On his account, he classifies himself as the latter two. Now, if you're into this stuff, you don't normally want to make it known, but in this case, Ditch makes it a bit hard to ignore.
Yeah, I'm gonna be completely honest. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. If somebody tells me they're into being incontinent, I probably would have a hard time being a friend with them. Just gonna be honest with you.
Same.
Just gonna be honest, I would have a really hard time being friends with somebody who is actually into just not going to the bathroom like a normal person.
And then just like throw him into the psych ward. Is that possible?
No, we closed
Put him in
those.
the box.
We closed psych wards a long time ago, sadly.
Open them back up. Put him in a box.
Yeah.
Indeed.
I'm fine with opening them back up, you know.
Mm-hmm.
He can be the first one to go in. He can be the first one to go in.
Please.
Although, unfortunately, I feel like if that were the case, he would enjoy it. That's the sad thing. He would probably enjoy it.
He probably would, and then get some more diagnoses.
Yeah.
Nor by naming the account a best PCs, which is an unorthodox way to court new clients.
Yeah.
Business name! Fucking retard!
I don't think I want to go to my PC repair shop anymore. I saw it on a ABDL website.
Fucking my IT guy is into diapers. I didn't even know that.
I just I don't know. I don't know who's worse. Chris whatever the heck what is Sonichu dude? Chris? What
Chris
was his name
Chan.
again?
Just Chris Chan.
Or this retard, this Quango.
Thank you for the 10, Internet Zen Master. I come back from Twitter because I heard ABDL and unfortunately already cursed with the knowledge from a certain fox who God says judge not, but I'm judging ditch. I've got confession for a reason.
True.
Let's continue.
Around this time, he also set up a Google account, which wouldn't see too much activity on it at first, other than 2 long-winded reviews on a local Wendy's and Tim
Not
Hortons.
Wendy's!
The Wendy's review has since been removed, but in it, he states that he is a business owner, names and shames multiple staff members that he dislikes, accuses them of workplace discrimination, multiple health violations, wrongful termination, and of calling the police.
I think he's the last one to talk about health violations. I'm going to be completely honest with you. Just going to be
He is
real.
a walking health violation.
He's a walking OSHA problem.
He is the violation.
You know, when they listen. All right, Mike Rowe from Dirty Jobs made a video called Safety Third, where he talks about how safety should be important, but we should also make sure we retain common sense. I feel like Safety First was made for people like Andy Ditch.
Yeah.
Alfred, am I getting raided? Ava, thank you for the raid.
Let's go. Hi,
Raiders!
Did you enjoy making cookies? I hope none of you are eating anything because right now we're learning about the PoopSquatch.
PoopSquatch.
So welcome. Anyway, let's continue.
Piece on him after he'd had a surgery and his diabetic mother who was experiencing hypoglycemia when they were attempting to dine there. The Wendy's in reference is a branch on Yonge Street in Tonawanda, and this is likely the same Wendy's he's referring to in his Facebook post, as Collin Boulevard is at the interchange that you would turn off for that Wendy's. The Wendy's that he initially admitted to making a mess at, which seems slightly difficult to do if you were ejected before you could even order. The negative review on Tim Hortons in New York is equally amusing, making a variety of allegations against the staff. Pointing towards his experience as a business owner again, he shares an experience where he ordered a steak, egg, and cheese on a jalapeno beagle. I guess that's a Buffalo special. His order was missing the steak, his Diet Pepsi was half full, it looks like someone spat on his brother's sandwich, and took a bite out of a cinnamon roll. It's a cartoonishly awful experience.
How am I supposed to eat this pizza without my
But what reason would Andy have to lie about this? Well, the answer is at the end of the review. They didn't hire him. The reason being that he is food safety oriented and customer friendly, something that the staff at Tim Hortons are not. But if he was a successful business owner, why was he still mad at Wendy's 4 years later and applying to work at Tim Hortons? Well, outside of him receiving some clients, there was no evidence that this business was actually profitable or even an actually registered business. It was also apparent that Andrew is just a very vindictive and petty person, and if he feels wronged, he will hold a grudge for as long as is convenient for him. And he has no real limit for how far he'll go. Whether that's turning up to a fast food restaurant, making a mess, and then leaving a review 4 years later claiming that he was actually the one who was mistreated. Most people move on from life's inconveniences and difficulties. Andrew, on the other hand, uses it to fuel his victim complex, despite often perpetuating these situations. Even if he was operating a business, he was clearly still a deeply disturbed person and had no interest in changing. In fact, he was only interested in justifications to continue behaving this way.
His shirt was on backwards.
Was it really? I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, the tag was in the front.
Oh my gosh. Simons, thank you for the $5 tip on Streamlabs. Could you share me a DM on any of my socials, the discussing origins of the Uo crying face emoji meme? I unfortunately don't have it on me. So you should ask Mizu, because he would probably be a better person to ask for that. I just know of its origins. I don't have it on me. Yeah, ask Mizu or Ava. Ava would probably have the answer as well. But yeah, unfortunately, I don't have that on me. Thank you, though, for the 5. Smash the like. Yes, smash like. Smash like for Ava and the PoopSquatch.
Around 2009, he had expressed an interest in being diagnosed with autism. And at this point, the consulting doctor
He
did not
really loves autism.
Can I just say, why the fuck would you have interest in being diagnosed like that? It's just...
It's just so casual. It's like, you know, I like to sing, I like to dance, I want to get diagnosed with autism.
my quality, you see, it's on when he puts himself on what was it, Bumble is one of the dating apps. I like long walks on the beach, repairing your PC in record time, and getting diagnosed with autism.
What, bro? Who falls for that? Like, no offense, I think if you end up liking someone like him, you're just equally as bad. There's no way.
seem particularly curious about pursuing this any further. But in March 2016, he created an account on the MedHelp forums, a discussion board that allows for medical professionals and community members to provide help to people in addressing their individual health concerns. Ditch's biography on this website states that he has received several differing and incorrect opinions from doctors, but was recently diagnosed.
I want to point out, he admits that he weighs 365 pounds.
No.
That's wow.
Diagnosed with autism and related issues. He also shares that he is struggling with his weight, incontinence, that he is pre-diabetic, suffers from anxiety, anger issues, and needs to have a set schedule. This is the first time on record that he appears to claim that he's received a formal diagnosis of autism. And
a chatter asks, yeah. A chatter asks if getting diagnosed with autism helps with defrauding the government of disability. No, that's not why he wants to get diagnosed. He doesn't actually care about getting money from the government. Some Shambler, thank you for the 5. Cream Pie Dama.
What?
Wow.
Thank you, chatter.
Some Shambler. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Well, we're just going to continue.
In the communities forum, he elaborates on this, stating that it is a recent development, that he struggles with loud and unpredictable sounds and with crowded areas and events to the point where he needs someone to guide him out. He says he takes jokes literally, struggles with eye contact, and sometimes flaps his arms when he becomes...
I should say, by the way, these are literally all things that you learn about autism if you Google it. Like, if you Google symptoms for autism, these are all of the signs. Issues with some sounds... feelings, flapping your... Now, by the way, a lot of these things I don't have. I'm sure I probably had them when I was a child. In fact, I'm pretty sure as a child I did probably do some arm flapping or feet flapping. Probably. Just a retarded octopus flailing in the sky while listening to the Beatles. But these days I don't do that. But as you can see, he's like posting all of the exact symptoms that he probably got off of Google.
Excited or bored. Now, these are all possible manifestations of autism, but there's also a lot of discussion about other symptoms that don't seem particularly connected. He talks about struggling with spelling and reading, but the one that stands out the most is that he says he thinks he has sensory issues as he feels more comfortable wearing a diaper as it relaxes him.
Oh my gosh. What?
I'm going to be honest with you. Some autistic people have sensory things, and there's just things that they like to feel on their body. For me, sometimes it was a blanket when I was a teenager. I can't imagine any autistic person admitting that they like the feeling of a diaper. There's underwear, all right, that I'm sure you could get that has that weird artificial feeling, and it's probably very, very, very cheap. But diapers, that again... Most people would not admit this kind of weird shit, all right? Most people are okay with a little bit of shame. This guy, he needs you to know he likes the feeling of diapers on his butt. Thank you.
He couldn't just keep that to himself?
No, he couldn't. Thank you, Death the Goat, for 100 SEK. This one is for Elfpire Ava. Thank you, I appreciate that.
and keeps him dry and contained. Now, I'm no high authority on autism, but I don't think that Andrew can really associate all of
Based off of the videos Turkey Tom has done, he might be a little bit more of an authority than some other people.
these behaviors with autism. I'm aware it's different strokes for different folks, but there's a word for people who like to wear diapers, and it's not autistic. In this post, he also asks why a well-respected neurologist, someone who treats conditions of the nervous system, did not recognize he had autism. He complains about being treated poorly at Wendy's, again, talks about his time at McDonald's, and claims that he suffered a brain injury that caused him to lose his job, not mentioning that he actually worked at Wendy's immediately after McDonald's. He asks the forum if he has autism or Asperger's, despite Asperger's being phased out of formal diagnoses a few years prior before this post.
Yeah, he's working on a bit of outdated information there.
I just think he's an attention seeker.
Oh, he's definitely an attention seeker.
Absolutely.
110% he's an attention seeker.
A broader recognition of the condition, something you think whoever diagnosed him would have told him. He also asked the forum for advice on going through the higher education system, describing himself as very smart and questioning whether his chronic shoulder pain could actually be worsened by his autism, before abruptly ending the post. This post did not receive any responses, probably because of Ditch's weird fixation on particular subjects and his tendency to talk at length about himself. He laundry lists his symptoms like he'd just read the Wikipedia page and is merely seeking validation from those in the forum, who are probably familiar with the kind of attention-seeking behavior that he's exhibiting. Unable to set up his community there, 1 year later, he launches the Abled, Disabled, and Yet Incontinent Support Group. And
that is quite the name for a blog. Abled, Disabled, Incontinent.
So retarded.
Yes.
I just... There's something I want to say, but I can't. I feel like I can't say it out loud here. I'll type it in the chat.
Oh, fair.
One of the labels is kids, and the other is poop.
Wait, where?
There's
The
labels:
bottom?
adults, bedwetting, BM, bowels, day wedding, diapers, kids, and poop. Do I want to know?
What is with this guy and poop? I have no idea. I have no idea. Oh, fuck. Don't I have weighted blankets or chain blankets? There's an armchair that gives you a kind of hug, incredibly soothing. Me? No. I'm just fine with a comforter, you know? Wolfsbane, thank you for the 5. Jesus, that Dyma comment is like if Markiplier walked into the room, sees Gardevoir, smash, and then leaves the room without saying a word. Oh.
it says that he is here to provide help and advice to those struggling with incontinence, including advice for children, which is like putting the village gooner in charge of sex ed. He also adds that this time, this is not related to his autism.
From the children.
You know, maybe you are correct about the he hasn't like made any other, or well, excuse me, I don't want to speak for the whole video. As far as I know, he hasn't made very many like weird comments towards children. He's mostly just focused towards himself.
I don't care. He 90,000 foot pole away from children.
No, I would agree. I would agree.
Leave the kids alone. Absolutely, leave the kids alone.
Pass the bleach. Yeah, you have to take it away from Celeste. I just ate. I told you motherfuckers not to come into the stream eating.
You are not taking my bleach. Go get your own.
Which he will delve into in his next blog. This post also received no interaction, likely because if people are struggling with incontinence, they're probably going to see a professional rather than the local diaper guy.
Yes.
Nevertheless, if a psychologist has diagnosed him with autism, who am I, a humble YouTuber, to question such qualifications? Well, this is where it becomes interesting. In August 2017, Andrew had an appointment with a neuropsychologist, Dr. Santa Maria, likely being referred by his general practitioner, who possibly referred him due to the alleged diagnosis. However, this appointment resulted in the neuropsychologist stating that there was an absence of evidence of autism, and in fact, his condition was more indicative of schizoaffective disorder. This was not what Andrew wanted to hear, and as we know by now, if Andrew doesn't have his way, he won't let up until he does. So, after being ignored on online forums, he decided to take his crusade to YouTube, posting a 44-minute video on the platform where he, again, shares his life story, making sure to mention autism in the first 10 seconds.
Hey guys, I'm Andy here, and a couple things that you may not know about me so much. One is I was recently diagnosed with autism by a doctor that
Why is he taking big breaths?
Can I just say, I noticed that maybe this is my autism. I noticed the cables, the white cables in the back on that internet switch. That fucking looks like a fire hazard. All right, man. If you're, you
Very
put
likely.
that like off of the shelf because that looks terrifying. It's good. All it takes is one animal, which I don't even know if they have animals. They might have a dog. It takes one animal clawing at that for it to come down, and that's an expensive looking network switch. Sorry, that's just like what I observed.
Lord.
Deadpool Kid 12, thank you. It said it is by observation that some people are inherently social parasites. That's a fair assessment. I would agree. I 100% would agree, and he is definitely one of them.
Been seeing him for a while now, and he recently just diagnosed me with it.
In fact, he wastes no time explaining the reason that he's making the video is because he has a friend who doesn't believe he has autism because Andrew can talk to other people.
I don't know, guys. Do you believe he's got the autism?
I think he's got something, but not autism.
He needs a punch in the face. That's what he needs.
Whereas certain autistic people cannot.
The one thing I am creating this video for is because I have this friend of mine, who I hope he's considered as a friend of mine. He actually tells me I don't have it because he compares him or me, who can talk, to other people who he knows that cannot talk. Now, I'm not mentioning any names here, but you know, I just feel kind of uncomfortable that people just don't understand autism and what it is.
Andrew makes the point that you can't just boil.
He definitely does not understand.
Freaking gracious, man.
He understands what he figured out in 5 minutes on Wikipedia, for sure. He's got pooptism for sure.
We're so
no, chat, no.
Think about that. Oh my gosh.
Autism down to certain symptoms exhibited by people before boiling down autism to certain symptoms exhibited by him.
But basically, I gotta stop and think for what I say at some point, just to keep on topic. You may not be able to see my hands here, but they're flapping a little bit there when I was talking, when I was getting frustrated with myself there.
I don't believe that.
You saw that, but you could probably see my hand go like
you
that every so
often.
often.
You could be doing anything with your hands,
noises,
sir.
like thunder.
I don't want to know what he
loud
does with his hands.
And to be honest with you, my counselor has suggested buying a good pair of headphones. Another thing I would have problems with, understanding jokes or sarcasm, and that's the biggest thing I have problems with. And you know, being able to make friends comes easy to me, or easier than keeping a friend.
It feels like such a
And that's the other thing
checklist,
that
man.
bothers me. I have,
It's just like going down the notes.
I'm happy being single, but I'm also open to having a friend.
Oh.
You know, to help me.
He's like, I'm happy being single. I'm glad you're happy being single because ain't no woman ever gonna touch you.
Yeah. Some people are better off not reproducing, honestly.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, with being in love with me or that kind of stuff, or have a family with me. That is called empathy, right? Well, that's what I have a huge problem with. Feeling other people's feelings and emotions, or understanding other people's emotions. It's very hard to be that way.
I
But
don't think you even understand yourself, buddy.
Basically, autistic, symptoms.
Most of the video is Andrew ranting about why he has autism, listing off all the knowledge he has on the matter, and even letting it slip that he's been doing some research into the condition itself.
The biggest problem I have is the arm flapping and arm movement, and this movement of my constant of my fingers or my legs where I constantly gotta move, which also could be ADHD as well. But from what I've done in research,
Fun fact, ADHD and autism might be folded into the same diagnoses. So all of my ADHD friends might just get autism now.
Yay!
Congratulations, you've been given autism. And if he actually does have ADHD, he might finally get his autism.
Oh.
My goodness.
Just not in the way he wanted.
John is
Just
more
not the way you want it.
autism type of symptom from what my doctor said at least. Autism is a spectrum of disorders from what I've learned. Basically from my doctor, my counselor, the internet, the YouTube videos, the extensive research that me and my parents have done. It's a spectrum of disorders.
He goes on this tangent about how he was very smart and that he was one of the best performing students in his classes. The pretense for this tangent is to bust the alleged stereotype that autistic people have low intelligence, but is clearly just used here as a self-serving mechanism for Ditch.
By the way, that's pretty insulting because I know a lot of autistic people in the world that are very damn smart. Very, very smart. Not including myself. I don't have to include myself. Does that mean I have double autism because I have both? Yes, you have. It's it's like when you crack open an egg and there's 2 yolks inside of it. That's like how lucky you are. You got twins. Oh shit, twins.
Oh shit.
Deadpool for 2 says, I have autism. Why don't you believe me?
To boast about his academic achievements, which are all from at least 15 years ago.
Not to say that I'm dumb or anything. When I was in school, I was one of the smartest kids in my school. So every kid, younger and older, would come to me for learning, the science, the history. My earth science class, on my senior year, I would actually have to teach the class weather because I knew more, quote unquote, than my earth science teacher. That January I took the test and I ended up passing it on the first try with a very high marks. I don't remember exactly what the score was. I think it was I was in the mid 80s. And here I didn't learn half of this math stuff, but I passed it. I was one of the few people that passed it. But in New York State,
guys, I don't have no idea what I'm doing, but I still passed. I still passed.
Was one of the few students who actually passed a German proficiency test in the New York State Regents requirements. And my German teacher actually said he would never passed it either. He said it was really
I'm so
tough
smart.
test.
I know my German more than my
In his
teacher.
head of how he wants to be perceived as this high-functioning autistic person, which is probably the reason why he was asking in the forums if he had Asperger's, the Rain Man of cyberspace.
There's times I have trouble remembering what I was going to say in the middle of a conversation. Like there's time I would say, "Oh, I didn't say that, but I was thinking this." It's weird because people make fun of me for that. Basically I have a brain fart is what I call it.
Ah, yes. The Andrew Ditch trademarked brain fart. Andy, that's not an autistic thing.
Fort.
Everyone does that.
Another thing
I don't think you have a brain.
I have problems with.
He's got something.
Well,
And I'm
his head's
sure
pretty big.
I'm not the
He
only
might
one.
have
I
one.
probably
Yeah, his head is pretty dang big. There's something under there.
Spiders.
I was gonna say something else, but you know what? I'm already pretty grossed out, so I'm not gonna continue.
I feel very uncomfortable about talking about this.
As you'll soon find out, it wouldn't be an Andrew Ditch video without an explicit mention of his favorite topic, his bowel movements.
I guess it's common for people with autism to have problems even with incontinence, even with as an adulthood. It is what it is, and I'm not comfortable talking.
I'm just gonna say that's not really true. I have said before that autism is also pretty much linked to your digestive system, but he's wrong. Mostly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna say I really don't need to know about another individual's bowel movements, even if they are autistic. All right, I don't need to know. I don't need to know.
I do not want to know.
Talking about it in public, but I'm also not shy about it either. Gosh, I want to say I was in and out of diapers all my life. I had professionals that
Oh my
counselors
gosh.
that thought I was, doing it on purpose to get attention. What 12-year-old?
I wonder why they would say that. I wonder why they would say that, Andy. You know?
Want to be wet?
I wonder.
Have wet pants or wet bed? That's a question I want. I still can't answer to this day why that counselor would even think about doing that.
This time, Andrew ties his incontinence more directly with autism. And although it is true that incontinence is more common in autistic people than the general population, I think it's important to acknowledge that it's a very broad term for bladder and bowel dysfunction. A lot of non-autistic people experience it, and it often doesn't result in people wearing diapers, or at least talking about doing so at length in a YouTube video. But you have to remember who you're dealing with here.
I had all the classic signs of autism, and
You know, going by Andy Ditch's standards, I must be a really godly autistic individual because, after the normal time of being a child that has to wear diapers, I didn't have to wear diapers again. So I must be a godly autistic person because the way he makes it sound like all autistic people just have to wear diapers 24/7.
We're cooked.
Or is this Nova Online's brother? Chat, Nova's next. We're going to look at Nova another time. Nova's another deviant that I can't wait to share for completely different reasons. Oh boy.
yeah, these doctors never saw autism in me. Even when I couldn't speak, even when I couldn't get dressed on my own, even when I couldn't, ride a bike, the way I sing and talk, I can't hold a tune when I sing.
He then reverts to expressing frustration about how it took doctors 32 years to diagnose him with autism, despite his struggles to dress himself, ride a bike, and sing, which are all telltale signs according to him.
The one thing for people with autism, and that really helps me cope with my symptoms, whether temper tantrums or meltdowns or whatever you want to call them, headphones. Fidget spinner. Being alone helps me calm down. There's most of the time I want to just isolate myself. The one thing I don't like though, and I hate it immensely, is people ignoring me.
Even if he wasn't a compulsive liar and making this video as a response to his psychologist's diagnosis, what would this video tell the average person? Even if he was autistic, he's not going to find community by talking about why he's autistic for nearly 45 minutes. Very few people are like that, and those who are would rather be talking themselves. Who was he showing this to?
I hope this video helps people understand that doesn't mean I can talk, doesn't mean I can't talk.
It
or
doesn't
someone
mean I
else
can
can't
talk.
rather. Doesn't mean the person who talks like me doesn't mean I don't have autism. And that's what I'm trying to get at with people. There are certain people that just don't understand the symptoms of it.
Perhaps it was his psychiatrist, because less than a month later, his psychiatrist, Dr. Richard Wolin, would change the psychologist's diagnosis from schizoaffective disorder to ASD. This is the same doctor who Andrew had brought up his condition to in 2009, so it's very possible that the physician could no longer be bothered to deal with Ditch's bullshit and just relented. So finally, Andrew had exactly what he wanted, an autism diagnosis. He could embrace all the wondrous benefits that an autism diagnosis provided, which included eating out at autism-friendly restaurants.
People.
Yeah, I would agree. We're gonna let this play.
Running autism-friendly weather forecasts, uploading autism-friendly content on his channel.
Hello guys, I'm Andrew from A-Best PCs. Thank you for watching my videos. Take time and subscribe to my YouTube channel and my Tech Times newsletter.
Going to autism-friendly rock concerts. And visits to autism-friendly medical centers, this time because he was feeling depressed. Nothing came of this appointment, although it did give his parents another chance to highlight that he was verbally abusive. However, this utopia would be disrupted again in November 2018, when he had a second assessment with the neuropsychologist who had evaluated him the year before. With the support of his general practitioner, he may have expected less resistance from the physician, but this doctor reaffirms his previous diagnosis of schizoaffective disorder and rules out autism spectrum disorder.
No, it was torn away from him. No, he's not autistic. He's just schizoaffective. which I think means that he's
Retarded,
close.
that's what he is.
I think that just means that he's getting close to being termed a schizo.
I would have given it to him right away, actually. He deserves it.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Dama. Who's the third person? That's Celestium. Based trash gremlin.
Yes. Very good.
So he's just a schizo? Yes. Oh.
In this report, the doctor notes that Andrew seems very fixated on receiving a diagnosis and that he has researched buzzwords and symptoms to bring up in the appointment. The doctor refers to his previous report and the evidence of thought disturbance and delusions, which are not characteristics of autism. It's also apparent that from reading the report, the doctor is very hesitant to change his opinion as he's aware of Andrew's agenda. And even if there was the possibility that Andrew was autistic, his intentions of acquiring a diagnosis make it impossible to actually provide a proper evaluation, noting his careful responses in the examination data and apologizing for stimming and flapping throughout the day, representing Andrew Ditch's tokenized perception of autism. If he was as smart as he said he would have been able to present himself with a hint of subtlety. Instead, he was leaving the clinic with yet another negative result. But how was he going to deal with this news the second time around?
Janet stated that her son got in her face and was screaming at her.
Not very well, with his behavior spiraling rapidly to the point where, at midnight on November 18th, the police would be called to his address, where they would find Andrew's mother, Janet, in a frightened state, who subsequently shared that Andrew had accosted her, became extremely aggressive, and screamed at her. Andrew did not challenge the notion that he had...
I should let you guys know, by the way, just so you can love this guy even more. At this point, his mother is struggling to breathe and is on oxygen. And, I believe once or twice fell down and he refused to help pick her up.
Wow, what a jerk.
And his dad, who has back problems, had to help his mom up.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
What a great child.
Deadpool says, remember the Matrix? Yeah, battery people should exist. Specific ones,
No.
sure.
He was missing a good whipping from his childhood, that's for sure. My mom would have set him straight.
Yeah. Yeah, you think so?
Put him in a black family, he wouldn't do any of that.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent. Excellent.
Had what was described as a meltdown, but he did deny screaming or entering his mother's personal space. At the time, his mother declined to press charges, but his behavior didn't improve. And a week later, Andrew was admitted to the Erie County Medical Center after threatening to take his own life. However, once arriving, he denies any of this, and instead claims that his father was making threats the previous night. But now he just wants to go home because it's too loud. In this report, the nurse practitioner calls Andrew a poor historian, describing him as demanding, manipulative, and threatening when observing him on a phone call with his mother. The nurse also states that Andrew called the police while there, stating his needs were not met, and stated his intention to sue all of the doctors in the hospital for not providing him with his medication.
I'm gonna sue you because you won't change my diaper.
I'm gonna sue you. You're mean to me.
I'm gonna put you in a mental hospital, pal, in the straight jacket.
The nurse also reports that he was complaining he couldn't stand due to knee pain, but notes that he was walking fine earlier on in the day. So you can probably guess where this is leading. What's even more telling is the reports of the interviews with his parents, who state that he has been seeking an autism diagnosis while researching and faking these symptoms, with the schizoaffective diagnosis making him very angry. Andrew had since been threatening everyone in his life, including police officers, and once he was detained, he continued to make these threats. In their mind, because he wanted control. In other details, Andrew's parents allege that he has called the police over 400 times throughout the year, often from the slightest inconveniences.
It's a little bit, you know. Just a couple of calls to the police. That's like an average of once a day.
400 times.
An average of once a day, you know.
And that he
Wendy's
repeatedly
cold?
makes false accusations.
What?
What's his Wendy's cold? He's calling every day. My Wendy's cold.
Can you come warm it up for me? I can't get up.
Waffles, can you put me a microwave?
My dad won't do it. My mom won't get off the floor. Can you come put it in the microwave for me?
What an entitled little. I can't say it. I can't say it, Uncle. I can't say it. Oh my goodness.
At what point do the
Lord
police
have-
stop showing up? They can't. They are required by law to show up. That's why it's really unfortunate that people like this exist.
They show up and microwave his food.
Oh.
Gotta microwave his brain.
Accusations of abuse, despite being both verbally and physically abusive himself. They state that they threw him out 14 years ago after he assaulted his mother and brother, but he kept breaking into their house until they gave up on kicking him out.
Wow.
911, what's your emergency? Can you please remove my... You know what? Never mind. He can stay. Do you still need police to respond? You know, after the 67th time that he tried doing it, I think we're just gonna give up.
We're just gonna let him in.
They refer to Andrew's previous jobs and housing as evidence that he is more than capable of being independent, but chooses not to, expecting his parents to cater to his every need, and alleging that he is faking incontinence and has been intentionally wetting and soiling himself throughout the week. This appeared to be the breaking point for Janet and Thomas, who state they are considering orders of protection, something that has been considered many times in the past. But who knows? Maybe this time they actually mean it. In a psychiatrist report from this time as well, Andrew is reported to have his disposition change rapidly from cooperative to demanding, expecting the staff at the hospital to change his diaper, likely related to his claims of being unable to move. The psychiatrist explains that Andrew has been offered a diaper, but only on the conditions that he change it himself, something that he has refused to do, all while continuing to threaten law.
Yeah, that's the other part. He wants you to. He legitimately wants you to change his diaper. He can't do it himself.
We want you to change our diapers. And he does the Uncle Sam point.
Himself 5 says Andy Ditch is an IRL Eric Cartman, only way less intelligent and without a hermaphrodite mom. Also dumb and has contagious laughter.
I'm sorry I'm not talking. I'm just like, I think the shock hasn't like left my mind. It really hasn't.
Would you believe me if I told you we haven't even really watched a lot of like there's a lot of stuff that might make you really angry coming up.
I don't doubt it.
And demanding to call the chief admin. The psychiatrist clearly does not want to keep Andrew here and references his previous living autonomy as a reason to release him to a shelter. 2 days later, he retaliated against his family by having his father arrested for an altercation earlier on in the year where he made threats towards Andrew after Andrew ate an entire meatloaf. After this, his mother decided to go ahead and press charges for the incident 10 days prior, with both Andrew and his father Tom being taken in by law enforcement.
Thomas was then booked on single charge of harassment, second degree, and held in the to see judge on 11/28, 2018.
Shortly after his arrest, Andrew was admitted back to the hospital after an incident where he banged his head against a wall as he didn't like the lighting. His autism is repeatedly referred to in these documents, likely because of his own repeated references to it. And here, the alleged autism presents as a hindrance to a planned MRI scan. But shortly after this, he was discharged.
I don't know what metal is inside an autism diagnosis, but last I checked, we can get MRI scans.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that's about. It's like, oh, he has autism, we can't scan him.
His brain will break the machine, guys.
His brain will break the machine.
He's too smart for it, don't you know? He passed that German class with flying colors. I don't think the machine is not smart enough for him.
The sheer volume of his brain waves will break the machine.
Oh my gosh.
Can't do it.
That's wild, dude.
It seemed like Andrew's failure to acquire an autism diagnosis had pushed him over the edge, and he would go to whatever ends to have his way, even if it meant harassing his own parents. It is completely fair to feel sympathy towards them after the ordeal.
I can only live if I am diagnosed with terminal autism. Then I can get the Make a Diaper or Wish Out Foundation. I don't know. I really don't understand his mindset
that he had put them through. But at this point, they had to draw a line and set an example. If Andrew continued to live with his parents, who knew what could happen?
But what I have an issue with is every single time I walk in this door, I'm being told that I'm going to be sued and my job's going to be...
This is a cop, by the way, that's talking to his dad.
...taken away, and he's pointing a camera in my face. It's getting ridiculous.
I did not hear that.
It was clear by now that all of the involved authorities were growing sick and tired of Andrew's shtick, and nobody really wanted to deal with him. In February 2019, he was referred back to the Erie County Medical Center after threatening to take his own life again. This time, he attempts the charm offensive with the reporting doctor, who reports Ditch to be pleasant, calm, and cooperative. Ditch then leverages this to his advantage, sharing that he'd rather his parents not be contacted, as he claims that his father verbally abuses him and his brother. He reports the arrest, but doesn't elaborate on any details, just stating it was due to a meltdown and that he couldn't remember exactly what happened, but that he did appreciate the structure and care the jail provided him, which makes you wonder if they changed his diapers.
No, please.
It's notable here that, again, he has...
Oh my gosh, no, please. Girl, you are dying. Oh my gosh. You poor thing.
Save my soul.
Oh, fuck. Your soul's already been dragged down. You gotta drag it right back out yourself.
He's told interviewing doctors that he has autism, which seems to be a repeating theme when he expects extra care. Following further interview and consultation of patient files, they discover that Ditch does not have a positive diagnosis for autism from a neuropsychologist, and that he disagrees with this. He expresses the desire to live in a group home where he can have his needs taken care of on a 24/7 basis, and you can guess what that would entail. Instead of consulting his parents this time around,
yeah, he wants full supervision. Here's the weird thing. He wants full supervision where he can have people take care of him, but then he also wants to do the things of a normal, like he wants to be disabled with autism and have all the benefits of being disabled with autism, but he also wants to have the benefits of being a normal human being where he gets to do whatever he wants 24/7. That's not how that works.
It's not gonna work like that.
Well, it's not work. We're not going to get to it, but spoiler alert, he's still struggling today. He's like bounced from county to county to county all along the U.S. trying to get that, and it's getting to the point where people are warming up to who he is really quickly and just refusing to help him.
Based.
Yeah. Yeah.
They speak to someone by the name of Diane, who is his father's sister. Diane is disabled and had been an advocate for Andrew in the past. It's unclear how much she was involved in her nephew's life, but she had vouched for him in past exchanges with law enforcement.
Every autistic person is different. When I go to court, when I hear him, he's not telling you everything. He doesn't communicate well.
He doesn't communicate well? Are you kidding me?
No.
Are you kidding? He's one of the best communicating autistic people I've ever met.
In this document, she corroborated Andrew's claims that he had...
It depends on what he's asking for. He could be a little baby if he really needs help, but if he wants to articulate himself, he knows what he's doing.
Been physically and verbally abused by his family. She also claims she has heard and seen the recordings of evidence that support this and has even bared witness to these incidents. She reports that he is receiving support to find new housing, but it's not moving very quickly and that she feels bad she can't do more. With Andrew clearly winning over these practitioners and Diane's testimony speaking to repeated verbal and physical abuse, the individual writing up this account states that he strongly believes Ditch has autism based on his observations. In spite of this more sympathetic view toward towards Andrew. A conversation with the lawyer advises the physician that the situation is sensitive, and the general practitioner advises against any expeditious family reunion. He was released to emergency housing in the local area after his family refused to house him. A few days after this, he was given another mental health assessment, which doesn't reveal too much that we don't know already. Some seem more skeptical towards him, while others express some form of sympathy. But a psychiatrist's note is probably the most interesting piece of information here. In this summation, the psychiatrist writes that his family have infantilized him, despite the fact that he seems capable of some form of independence. This contrast is highlighted especially with vicious claims of incontinence, which seem incompatible with his ability to otherwise perform everyday tasks. It seems that anyone who had known him for a prolonged period of time were familiar with his ability to be independent and self-sufficient, so they were confused by this pattern of regression that he appeared to be demonstrating. A few days later, Andrew found himself in prison again. This time for the charge of second-degree coercion. The report also notes that diagnoses submitted are contradictory, likely referring to the persistent discourse over his autism diagnosis. Over the next month, caseworkers continued their attempts to find him supported housing. However, when the caseworkers needed to acquire what they say is a stability statement, the psychiatrist at the Erie County Holding Center, which is where Andrew was incarcerated at the time, would not sign off on such a statement because they didn't believe that he had an SPMI, or a severe and persistent mental illness. The agency at this point disengages with their search and hands
the jail psychiatrist doesn't think he's retarded enough for disability housing.
Sorry, so you're not that retarded.
Exactly. It's like, you're retarded, but you're not that retarded. Can we take a break? I think we need a $5. Do you guys want to take a short break? Just like a 2-3 minutes?
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
In the meantime, chat, here, I'll show you a post that I found on Twitter. I'll throw it in the side chat for you guys. There you go.
Wow.
Here, chat. For you Pokemon fans, you chose Pombon, and it's just a little dog getting blown in the wind. It's cute. These are a little cleanse, chat. A little cleanse. Oh goodness. One can ponder. Pombon is the best. I have not played. Is Pokemon Wins the new one? I have no idea, honestly. Oh, they both muted themselves. Oh, yes. Thank you for the palate cleanser. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. I hope that was enjoyable. Oh my goodness. Chat, you know what sucks? It's only gonna get worse. It's only gonna get worse, sadly. How's the stream going? I'd say it's going well. I'm freaking out my guests, but you know, at least I'm signed up for this. I asked Celestium literally at the last minute. I was like, "Hey, do you wanna be freaked out? Check out AI images." Okay. Where is I forgot where I put that. There it is. I'm late. Can you pretend I've been here the whole time? Sure. Here you go, chat. Thank you, Lamisa. Appreciate that. That's funny. Did I hear about Hassan's dog dying? That was a rumor. It's not been proven. But yeah, allegedly people are claiming that Hassan's dog has been harmed. I hope that's not true. Oh no. Oh no indeed, chat. Andrew Ditch wants you to change his diaper.
I'm not changing his diaper, but I'm willing to change out his brain for a better one.
I think only God can affect this man at this point. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Oh yeah, for sure, 100%.
Is there a source for that rumor? One Twitter account said it, basically. Do you hear about that rumor, Celeste, that people are claiming that Hassan's dog has passed?
Yeah, I was I think I saw it on Twitter earlier, and I was like, I don't know if this is real or not. I don't really care about the guy that much, and I feel bad if the dog really did. I mean, is it because I haven't seen the dog on stream? Is that what's going on?
I don't know, but again, I think it's fake, only because like it's not really backed up by anything. And I feel like more people would make a big deal out of it.
Yeah. Wasn't he like supporting Iran or something today or the other day? I don't remember.
Hassan was I think he was supporting the Iranian regime.
Yeah.
Can I see your full model? Join my Discord, and you can get a picture of it there. Good sir. So fake news? It is probably fake news. It is probably fake news. Oh, goodness.
What a mental illness. Goodness gracious.
You think so?
I just... Lord knows that I'm not normal, but like, this guy... this guy takes the cake and the freaking box and puts it in his mouth.
And then asks you to change what comes afterwards.
I don't want to know it. Oh my gosh. I can't, bro.
Oh, alright. Are you guys ready to resume?
Yep.
Alright. Did you see the meme I posted in the chat?
I want you to change my diaper.
Oh, fuck. Alright, let's continue.
Responsibility over to the holding center, who released Andrew to other accommodations. At this time, Andrew decides to share his grievances on his meteorology account on Facebook. It's his only Facebook account that's remained active over the past few years, but anybody who did see this post would probably be wondering why the account was breaking character. In this statement, Andrew reasserts that he has autism and sensory problems, and that he is now in a homeless hotel. You'd think that this is some kind of cry for help, but actually in this post, Ditch says that he's doing better, because the Erie County Holding Center is helping him out with his meltdown coping skills. So what is the point of this post? Well, it's for Andrew to yap about all of his autistic traits again, and to mention that he had another head-banging meltdown on April 8th, which doesn't make it sound like he's doing too well. I wonder how thankful he would be if he realized that the holding center's skepticism towards his conditions was preventing him from entering supported housing. Immediately after this, he would also put out a tornado warning for all of his Texan followers.
Gotta let people know about that.
However, it seemed that this improvement didn't last after he was readmitted following another mental health break.
What are you gonna do? Lock me in the loony bin? I'm already here.
Here, he was addressed by another doctor who had previously advocated for an autism diagnosis for him, and did so again. However, following a neuropsychological consultation, this diagnosis once again had doubt cast upon it. This time, when contacting his Aunt Diane, she declined to vouch for his character, instead calling him a pathological liar. And when she was attempting to answer questions related to his behavior, she said she could not because she simply did not know him well enough. The evaluating doctor agreed with other reports that Ditch which appeared to be exaggerating his conditions, and that Andrew's confidence in the symptoms actually prevents a clear diagnosis. And although he can't rule anything out, he also can't confirm it either. Andrew, as always, did not take this well. And a few days later, reports indicate he was again under arrest, this time for destruction of his parents' property, implying that he may have attempted to confront them.
We have to stop this repetitive calling everybody when you don't get what you need. We need what you think you need. You are able to live independently.
Oh, I am.
Okay.
Did you hear how he responded to that?
Oh, I am.
He sounded so pissed off. Oh, I am, huh? I am.
I am.
Like, we're gonna get more into his regressive talking later, but he's just like, oh, you think I am, huh? You think I am, huh? And it gets so weird and vindictive and gross.
My mom would have grabbed the belt and he would have gotten the biggest whooping of his life for talking like that. Goodness gracious.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm allowed to shop on my own with
Yes.
no problems. Okay.
So listen,
Okay.
let me finish.
Okay.
You're sitting here with a laptop and what is this?
A
Just let
tablet.
me finish. A tablet and a cell phone. I would be willing to bet that if you pull up the search history on your phone, there's all kinds of things. You're able to maneuver Uber. I can't even maneuver Uber.
You're able to maneuver Uber.
Following the stint in jail, he was once again released for further examination, where an interview with his care coordinator reveals his parents have taken out an order of protection against him, in this case preventing Andrew from taking part in offensive conduct. She also seems unconvinced by Ditch's behavior, stating that despite being tech-savvy, he claims to be unable to set an alarm to remind himself to take medication, and uses, quote, excuses such as, I won't hear the alarm. He was discharged to a motel, but wouldn't.
Do you think you would hear the alarm?
Bro, I mean, when I went down south, I heard the alarm pretty clear. That woke me up.
Yeah.
Real good.
Apparently he can't. Apparently he cannot. Poor guy.
Pay them.
Fuck you, pay me.
And he had been banned from the local homeless shelter for defecating on the floor.
You want some
Bruh! Brother,
You know, homeless shelters probably try really hard to keep themselves clean. They're probably not all that clean. But
And he added to the uncleanliness.
yep.
Get bombs away, bitch!
The care coordinator finishes on a note that he alienates anyone who tries to help him. It seems the more time people spend around Andrew,
Just to let people know, I'm pretty sure that's an old skit.
the more they despise him, which is not a good sign.
You've already been tested for autism.
I have?
Yes.
Oh, I have.
And you do not have autism, Andrew.
Okay.
That is what the results came back
Okay.
as. You do not have autism.
Whatever it is, then why do I have sensory problems? Why?
I don't know why you have sensory problems.
No, you do know.
No, I don't, because I'm not a medical professional. Regardless of what the issues you have, it does not say that those issues are preventing you from living on your own.
By now, everyone from psychiatrists to caseworkers had tried to help Andrew back on his feet. He was extremely desperate to find himself in a group home, but he was unable to receive endorsement from the authority figures which would enable him to do so. It was pretty clear from the evidence and interviews that Andrew was able to live independently. He was just actively choosing not to, and that a group home would just indulge that nature rather than actually helping him manage it. Professionals did not feel comfortable supporting him, but when faced with the ultimatum, instead of deciding to live on his own, Andrew concluded that the only solution was to regress further, because surely that would make people believe him.
Guys, this is my room.
My room.
With his housing situation in jeopardy, Andrew had very little option but to make
This
his
is
case
so-
online again, this time uploading a video to his personal channel, Andrew Ditch. He posted it from his motel and made sure to emphasize his supposed autistic traits, but this time with a slightly different delivery.
Everything everywhere. I just don't know. I just don't know. I just don't know how. I just don't know. I don't know how.
I just don't know. I don't know.
I don't know.
No. Let me saw.
I don't know.
Oh, that poor motel.
Surprised I don't see Wendy's. I don't see any Wendy's in here.
No, no Wendy's. Well, remember he was banned from Wendy's, so he was banned. So
He could have tried a different location.
yeah.
Struggle. I'm struggle, guys. I'm struggle.
I'm struggle. Yes, you are struggle.
Help. Andy looking for idea help. It's really struggle.
This is not behavior that I, as a viewer, or any of the professionals have been acquainted with in the past. He seems to be mimicking the speech of a young child in distress. He's made a mess in his room, and he shares the news with his audience that he is struggling.
And then this garbage, that's not garbage, it's the stuff I hit can't put away, I don't know. And then the pop bottle, and I just realized there's garbage in the
pop bottle. Shut up.
Look at fridge thingy.
Fridge thing? Fucking retard.
Has anybody slapped this guy across the face?
He's been arrested.
Hit him with the fucking chunk.
Oh, let me stop. I'm getting violent in my brain.
Pointing towards a loaded fridge. He thinks that being unable to string together basic sentences, speaking about himself in the third person, and using a childlike cadence is his struggle.
There's my weather radio there. I love radios.
My whittle radio.
Weather radio alert thingy. But this is that's my white noise maker. I can do it different.
I like how he just he has to he goes from going baby speak to that's my white noisemaker.
My white noisemaker.
It's so fucking blatant, man. It fucking pisses me off.
Sounds I can turn different sounds up. This one bothers me because it's sensitive to thunder.
Broke out the nature valley.
He has some items he's interested in all set up and organized, such as his weather radio, his oil diffuser, and his Wi-Fi, which he boasts that he can use to control the lighting in his room. But when it comes to matters that Andrew would rather be helpless at, such as cleaning himself or his room, he becomes extremely flustered and upset, framing himself as unable to address these matters.
Look at this. This is just my norm.
That sink was dirty. I don't want to know.
Do this stuff. I mean, may I ask how do I
just don't know what to do.
I don't know. I don't know.
How do I organize? I mean, how do I organize? I mean, how do I do it? I mean, really, how do Andrew do it?
This is his Hail Mary to try and draw attention from some sort of service or advocate to his case, as he pulls out a toy and attempts to broadcast his more autistic side.
What kind of toy?
I love this toy, and I just don't know why. It's a little toggle thing, a little switch back and forth. There was a little thing that a joystick thing for Atari.
Clicker train him to use the bathroom properly.
I need to check the hard drive. That's funny.
The sound.
Probably so. Oh goodness, thank you Deadpool for 5. I imagine using a belt right now and just whooping Humpty Dumpty. You might crack him open, unironically, if you do that though.
You might.
Unironically.
That sounds about good, right? Whatever.
Yeah.
I don't even understand this.
In this video, he doesn't outwardly state that he is autistic, but the implication is obviously there. It's clear that after realizing that intentionally seeking a diagnosis was actually jeopardizing his chances, he would just exhibit all the symptoms without further elaboration.
Okay, look at this, guys. It's a fidget spinner.
It's a fidget spinner!
Oh my god, I want to jump.
I'm just watching it spin on my camera. It's like, is this thing that spin that really attract me? I don't know why, guys. I don't know why.
Chat says this house is filthy. Tape, that's not a house. That's his hotel room that he's living in. That's somebody else's hotel room that he has to that gets cleaned, not by him.
How long has he been staying here? He has LED lights.
I don't know. That's a good question, actually. The fact that he has LED lights is also pissing me off as well, because it's just like, he knows how to do complex things, like set up LED lights. He doesn't know how to not poop his pants.
He wants to unlearn how to not shit his pants.
Yeah. Those poor hotel cleaners. Those poor hotel cleaners.
I don't know why. Danny just want to be normal.
They probably don't even want to bother.
The spontaneity of his feelings in this video is obviously undermined by the fact that he recorded it, uploaded it, posted it, and gave it a title, trying to attract attention from anybody relevant.
Yeah, that's the other thing that's really funny. It's just like, you know, it's a very poor impersonation of autism. Why did you film yourself and put it on the internet for everybody to see? Why'd you do that, man? You know, that's a very not cash money thing to do if you're trying to convince people.
Yeah.
I want to say, I'm sorry for not. I just can't do it. Just can't do it.
I can't do it. Puts up LED lights.
Andy not normal. Andy not normal.
Andy not normal? Yeah, we know, sweetie.
Andy just not normal. Andy not normal. I just want help. I don't know. Struggle. You know, Andy's struggling. I don't talk. Language not hard.
Even from a performative angle, this is really unconvincing, and it's just insulting to people who are autistic. Yes, autistic people are more likely to be overwhelmed by tasks that others find simple, but they don't turn into a crude caricature of a child and suddenly start exhibiting behaviors that have never been witnessed before in their lifetime. This is not the behavior of someone being overwhelmed by a daily task. This is the behavior of someone who is upset that nobody believes them anymore. Most children would take better care of themselves than this. Nevertheless, whether related to the video or not, he kept persisting, and in June, his case was heard once more. After being contacted by New York's Office for People with Developmental Disabilities, his accommodation case was reopened at the request of the Department of Social Services. A few days after the case was reopened, a note appeared.
As autism blackface. Kind of. Yeah, I could see what you mean by that, chat.
On his documents stating that he was bipolar and that he was currently at a hotel. The case was picked up by an individual who had been calling around to see what could be done for Mr. Ditch. And Andrew posted on his meteorology account that he couldn't wait for a group home to help him with his life skills. He states that he hates the fact that he struggles with sensory overload and meltdowns, and that he can't wait to be an asset and a productive member of society. It seems that his attitude had adjusted significantly since the last time people had
spoiler alert, the latter half never happened.
Attempted to find housing for him. Andrew's two sources of support on this matter was someone by the name of Erica, an advocate who we'll talk about more later, and someone by the name of Merrick, a long-standing support worker for Andrew. Erica seems sympathetic towards Andrew's needs and explains them to the caseworker. Merrick, on the other hand, is more skeptical towards Andrew, sharing that he has a habit of sabotaging attempts to find him group homes, regardless of how they cater to his needs. Interestingly, Erica is under the impression that Merrick is no longer working with Andrew, something that is false, pointing to the idea that someone...
Magma, thank you for the 10 gifted memberships. Welcome.
Whoa.
If you got one, make sure you say thank you. Very much appreciated. Very, very much appreciated.
Go, Magma.
Bless. Thank you, Magma.
Didn't want this caseworker talking with Merrick and hearing his skepticism. In spite of this, they pressed on, trying to find some sort of suitable housing that would cater to Andrew's very specific needs. Andrew continues to insist that he has the potential to function normally, even sharing a recipe on his Facebook called Coolio's Chicken Marinade Dinner, which I think is just a ripoff of one of Coolio's old cooking recipes.
Lotta diced garlic.
Am I allowed to pimp your house too or no? I'm sorry. All right.
Although this post appeared to show Andrew was cognizant and functional, a few days later, he was described as completely the opposite. When the caseworker reached out to him to talk about scheduling an appointment, Andrew very conveniently regressed again, despite remembering to name drop the Office for People with Developmental Disabilities. The account notes that Andrew became increasingly loud over the phone and interrupted the caseworker, rejecting any forms of help, and again asserting that he was autistic, at which point the
You know, I'm starting to doubt that. Maybe he does. I think he might, you know?
Organization requested to disengage. Despite wanting to appear enthusiastic and willing to live in accommodation, Andrew's Goldilocks complex was preventing him from actually making any progress on finding suitable housing. This was likely intentional, moving the goalposts every time someone seemed close to scoring, and fabricating additional issues with tasks that he didn't struggle with before.
You guys don't talk to my one friend and advocate, Joanne. She can tell you guys do not talk to my one friend and advocate, Joanne, that can tell you that me don't want autism. There's not a medicine out there to help somebody with that. It's only me struggling with all my life with the symptoms that I've been told that I deal with, and you're gonna call me a liar on this stuff? I mean,
you are a liar.
I don't believe that.
You're a fat, morbid, obese liar.
Oh, damn. Brutal. Brutal woman. I like it. I like it a lot.
Love it.
But it's being said by a lot of people.
I can't see Mark Parker calling you a liar.
No.
I can see myself calling you a liar.
But why would people say that if they believe in something, they could do it? Do you not? Because I talk to people, it's going to get me to know what to do when don't even know how to sing a song. Where's the movie theater and where's the money if me acting?
Andrew is also really obsessed with singing.
What are those things that
He's basically mocking her when she's like, you don't have autism. And he's like, oh, where's the movie theater where I'm faking my autism? That's what he's trying to say.
He's retarded.
It's very mean of him to say, because like he knows what they're saying and he's just trying to jab back at them, and it's like, bro, this doesn't help you. Takes away resources from people that need help. Oh, he definitely does.
Yeah.
At times he has taken rooms in support group homes that other people could desperately take, and what sucks is because they don't have 24/7 support, he would not enjoy those group homes and eventually get kicked out of those group homes. So, you know. I honestly, I really don't know what this guy's end goal is, other than just, like, going to prison where he gets taken care of 24/7. But, yeah, outside of that, I really don't know what this man's goal is, because there's no situation where he's going to get somebody to change his diapers 24/7 and then him be allowed to play Fortnite all day. You know? I just don't see how that's ever gonna work.
Yeah.
he thinks me can do and can't do. Do you mind providing some of that for me?
Sure, you can make a phone call. You can.
Chatter says, I work at group homes for physically and mentally disabled. He's a drain on the system in every way. I agree. You know?
Yeah, he absolutely is.
I think for a while my mom was worried that I'd have to go to a group home. Because, like, when I was a teenager, I was, like, such a pill. And I think she was really happy that that didn't happen. She's like, I'm glad that you went on a mission and, like, actually got started with life. And I'm like, yeah, me too. I'm kind of glad that I can live on my own. This guy's a fetishist. This is true. This is very, very true. I mean, I agree with you there.
Communicate, you can email, you can text, you can record conversations.
That
you
was set by my phone automatically, but yeah.
You can YouTube, from what I understand, you have a YouTube channel, this is what I was told, sometimes a social media channel. So those are very higher level functioning. The fact that you can change your diaper without, is showing your fine motor skills. Within the speech, when you call me with the messages and within the phone call, you display a speech impediment, but then further in the conversation, you speak totally normal, which is a beautiful thing because, hopefully that those skills can be honed in and somebody can work with you on that.
Andrew continued to push the idea that he was unable to take care of himself, and his baby talk that he had developed, although often fluctuating, would become increasingly prevalent in regular conversation. The problem was that Andrew wanted to have his cake and eat it too. He wanted to be infantilized for certain needs, but he also wanted to have the autonomy of an adult for hobbies and work.
You're too intelligent and functional to be disabled. Yeah, that's exactly what she told him. You're not retarded enough, my man. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be apologizing. That's a good thing. Darsky raid. Darsky, did you raid me? Thank you. I appreciate that. Welcome.
Welcome in, Raiders. Hello.
Welcome.
Really quickly, Internet Zen Master says, horrific thought crossed my brain. Andy was likely in an extended stay / long-term hotel room, so there's an alarmingly high chance no cleaning staff entered the room while he was there. Food for thought.
Hey.
I really don't want to think about that. Thank you very much.
He was interested in. There was no type of housing that wouldn't come with some strings attached, and he was not ready to accept that. Notes at the start of September indicated that Andrew was only interested in working with the Office for People with Developmental Disabilities and required staff available to deal with his incontinence, something that made finding suitable housing significantly harder. So, in the end, although many people tried to find him a home, his requirements were deliberately impossible to meet, and in spite of the protective orders against him from his family, he decided to go back to them, where all hell broke loose.
So now at this point, he's going back home.
So I know you didn't want anything done, but it's at the point where I'm going to press charges, okay?
Andrew Ditch was always a bit of an unstable person, but as fall 2019 set in, he began to adopt a terminally online approach to covering his life, recording nearly every single interaction regarding his condition and any conflict with those around him, of which there were many.
And if my lawyer, and if my, I just not good.
I think he's hitting himself.
I hate words. I hate words. I hate words.
This account has since been deleted, along with many of the videos posted there, but the remains of the channel and the recordings tell a very interesting story.
This is a police report, and this was dated in 10/11/2019. My dad hit me, and he ended up getting not even arrested. He didn't even get any charges on him.
As we know by now, Andrew would contact the authorities if anyone even looked at him the wrong way, and he would regularly provoke his father, wait for him to say something out of pocket, and then start recording. Throughout much of this, Andrew would also contact local law enforcement. Officers would then arrive at his house and then roll their eyes and leave upon finding nothing of substance. This was not a satisfying conclusion for Andrew, and in October, he would up the stakes a little. First, by filing a police report against his father, Tom, claiming that Tom had assaulted him in his truck, and secondly, by poisoning his entire family.
Okay, it's polyethylene glycol 330/50 USP powder for oral solution. Huh. Wonderful.
It seems that Andrew's interest in fecal matter went a bit further than just being strictly personal. And on October 18th, he would add a secret ingredient to the family coffee machine, Epsom salts. A significant component of Epsom salts is magnesium sulfate, which, when ingested, has the effect of being a laxative, something that Andrew obviously knew. In fact, he was pretty proud of this and looking forward to all of the chaos that would be unleashed. It was clear that his family did not see the funny side, and after some investigation, 10 days later, his brother and father were called down to the station, who felt that it was imperative that something be done before the situation deteriorated.
It's not the,
Yeah. All right.
the laxative or,
I'm concerned that things are going to blow, and something bad's going to happen. So what I would like is to get your guys' statements. I don't want to see you get arrested, okay? And I know that he baits you, and then he starts to recording once you get mad. He needs help. Your home is not the right environment for him. It's not good for you. I mean, if you...
So just for people that are listening, what you're listening to right now is a cop trying to convince his dad to take action against him, because the cop is like, listen, you're the abused party here, and he is harming you, and you need to take action against him, otherwise he is just going to continue to do this to you. That's basically what the cop is like talking about right here.
You get arrested, he's taking care of Janet.
No, but
let's be honest.
Yeah, because he won't take care of it.
What's Andy gonna do to her?
In this interview, Andrew's father shares concerns that this has probably happened more than once before, and that he only recently put the pieces of the puzzle together. Detective Wark also shares information that when Andrew was being interviewed about the incident, he was actually amused by it all, and admitted to doing it multiple times before.
He was the actual one that looked into it after I talked to the officer last week about it. Me and Joe came in, because we kept on wondering why we're sick, and Joe was losing a lot of work and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I says, it kind of dawned on me. I says, Joe's laxative he used when he had colonoscopy was sitting on the stove. And I says, oh, maybe that's slipping into something. But then when he made the comment and then told, I don't know what's her name, Joanne, that he put it in our stew.
Yeah, you
And
put it
that
in
we
your
ate,
stew?
and yeah, and then we better be close to a bathroom because I was going to explode and all this other stuff.
You guys, I'm not trying to get you against your son, but when he was in here the other night, I watched the body camera footage from talking to Lieutenant and Officer Cruz.
You find it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I found it. And he thinks it's funny.
Hey, oh yeah, he was laughing about it. I asked him about it.
Really?
Well, what
and he
happened?
says he's done it to you before in the past.
Oh yeah, he did it one other time. We used to do it on, I used to do it on one park.
So I don't know if anybody picked up on that there. The cop said that Andy, when they explained to him like what happened, he took glee in learning that his parents were in physical pain from the laxative.
That's disgusting, bro.
That's disgusting.
He was like gleeful about it. That he was like laughing when he was reading it.
That is so demonic on like so many different levels.
Very much so. Very, very much so.
Everyone in the room is on the same page at this point. They feel Andrew doesn't want to actually improve his situation. So the detective comes up with a proposition that they will arrest Andrew and charge him, but not for the purpose of putting him in a full-blown prison. Instead, for the purpose of using that arrest and potential conviction to mandate transfer to some sort of facility that would provide him with the structure and discipline that he so desperately needs.
My plan is to, and it sucks, to arrest him for this, okay? And get him into possibly mental health court, okay? And then he's mandated to do things, or he sits in the can, and he doesn't want to go back to the old. That's why he's calling me, and he's all in a panic.
It's clear that although there are some reservations within the family who are concerned that this would be a repeat of what happened earlier in the year, where Andrew's time away often led to them being called by various services and facilities who couldn't handle his erratic behavior.
I mean, how was that time when he was in Amherst? How was that time for you guys?
It was hectic for us.
When he was gone?
When he was gone, because the Amherst police kept on calling me.
He won't leave him alone.
24/7, they were calling.
For welfare checks.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
Yeah.
We arrested him for it.
Yeah. He was calling when I was walking the dogs in North Tonawanda on the thing, and then I had to come back.
Well, besides the calls, how was it? I mean,
when Andy wasn't there and he didn't bother us, it was fine. But it wasn't Andy was calling me directly. They were calling my wife, the Amherst police. And my wife
They
said,
don't know.
okay,
Yeah, they don't know what's
because
going
ABS and all them they all said, look at Andy is lost. He doesn't know where he's at. He hasn't been fed for days. He doesn't have any food. So they wanted to know if we could supply him the food, take him dinner every night, and so on and so forth. Then they went back to jail for a while, and then when he got out of jail, the thing started on the boulevard. I drove over 3,000 miles this summer just for him, for chasing, because either he was lost, he needed food, or every time they were calling us, we had to move the stuff out of the motel.
He was playing the autistic game at that point.
But he talked, you should hear him.
I think he's given up on that.
I'm not kidding you, I talked to him for probably an hour and a half at least, and then Officer Cruz talked for another hour.
The whole thing was an hour 43 minutes.
Then he was talking real clear.
Here, most of this interview, I'm just gonna jump past the interview because like we've already got most of the context from it, so we're gonna jump to about here.
Is it Erica that was helping him?
Erica.
He burned that bridge
She
hard.
stayed at nights with her sister's house.
You know, on Friday, he sent her
all right about there.
67 videos and 101 text messages. And people are having to change their phone numbers. Yeah. So we got to do something.
A lot of the conversation over the next hour is related to behavior that we're already aware of, but they provide their statements. And a week later, Andrew is arrested for poisoning his family.
Oh yeah, by the way, this is one of the best pictures that we have of Andrew Ditch. It's what I used for my thumbnail. It's fantastic, isn't it?
Lord have mercy.
Yeah. Base mugshot.
Yeah.
being held on 2 felony counts of second-degree attempted assault, 2 counts of third-degree criminal tampering, and a felony charge of aggravated criminal contempt for breaching the order of protection that was in place.
Police in the city of Tonawanda say 34-year-old Andrew Ditch spiked his family's food and coffee with
So yeah, this got on national news. That's how bad it was. So like I said, there is a chance that you might have seen this on the TV if you ever watched the news, and you would not even know about it. Chat, press 1 if you saw this on the news. I may be doubting that maybe anybody did, but this was on the news. At least with the well, I know it was local Tonawanda, New York news, and I believe it also went national. So there is a chance that you have seen this if you ever watched the news, chat.
laxatives and Epsom salts. Ditch allegedly sprinkled the substances on food and put laxatives in the reservoir of the family coffee machine.
This incident actually made multiple news sites, including social media. On Facebook, some people shared his side of the story and expressed sympathy for him, including posting a message that Andrew had sent to the Tonawanda City community the year before, accusing his father of being abusive. Andrew himself responds to someone, repeating allegations that he won't go back to the house because it's unsafe, and that he's now in a hotel and loving it. However, another person shares their own personal story, stating that she had come into contact with him on an autism page, and that he would share videos of the alleged abuse, but it turned out to be just Andrew abusing his parents. She states that she has 2 autistic children and genuinely wanted to help, but he was just an attention seeker who wanted a diagnosis above anything else. She also mentions that he has harassed pretty much everyone, and if you block his number, he'll just call from other numbers, stating that he's very good with tech. It was a very concise account from someone who had no side to take on someone who wasn't well known at the time. And what this says is that Andrew already had a reputation. To add insult to injury, shortly after this arrest, he attended an autism assessment at the Western New York Center for Children and Families with his—
Because, you know, he's still seeking that fucking autism diagnosis. He still needs it, don't you know?
I need shit.
I think he needs to be induced into a coma. Anyway, let me stop.
I think he needs Jesus.
Oh, he definitely needs Jesus.
Yeah, that first.
He definitely needs Jesus.
His mother. This was another thorough evaluation of Andrew, and the physician, Dr. Naylor, reviewed past documents and present behavior to see if a new diagnosis could be reached. However, during the interview, the doctor was, like many others, confused by the inconsistent behavioral patterns presented by Andrew, and how they've only just surfaced in the past few years. He was also bemused by Andrew's use of infantile language, stating that it is not consistent with autistic tendencies, although further evaluation will be carried out before a conclusion is reached. A few weeks later, the interviewing doctor reaches out to Andrew in a phone call at the start of December, a phone call that he was bound to regret, also mentioning that Andrew had been, again, emailing and calling them repeatedly.
The reason I'm calling Andrew is I'm responding to the emails that you had sent and, phone calls to my administrative assistant.
Yeah.
After we met the first time, when we initially met, you sent me some additional information, or I made copies of previous assessments that you've had done by Dr. Santa Maria.
He states that after further evaluation and review, the psychologist concluded that Andrew did not have autism, and reaffirmed—
No! Damn it! Not again! Fuck!
He needs it!
How will he live?
He can't live. He can't, because this doctor
He's
said he doesn't have
kill
it.
himself.
Oh, fuck. Confirms Dr. Santa Maria's diagnosis of schizoaffective disorder. In explaining his rationale, this doctor highlights Andrew's strange use of pronouns and explains that this is more likely to be indicative of something else, which Andrew then takes as well as you would expect him to.
When reviewing other documents that you provided me, and after meeting with you, I'm going to conclude and support Dr. Santa Maria's assessment.
I don't know why everyone says different things.
The reason why
I've been told
nobody
that
believes me.
Bolo denies me every time we go for
you know, at the time, I can't get housing.
He published this online and provides additional commentary over the top of it, responding to this doctor in even more detail. It's clear that, again, this doctor found himself in an awkward position where Andrew was attempting to provoke an autism diagnosis, but the doctor simply couldn't go along with that.
So one thing, Andrew, generally people with autism who have difficulty in social situations generally have the ability to change how they are referring to themselves.
Dr. Naylor, if you got the speech reports, you would see that was my...
I forgot. That's him cutting in, talking over the call that we're listening to right now.
Anxiety issue. Klonopin resolved that a lot. It's also easier for me to talk with the Klonopin, but I still have a communication problem. You can't use that as a symptom of schizophrenia because there's all kinds of medical documentation stating my speech problem.
The doctor gives Andrew far more time than he should, and even though Andrew says he doesn't care for the autism diagnosis, something that we know to be plainly untrue by this point, you can tell he takes immediate offense when the doctor declines further assessment, stating that he does not have autism.
I understand some things on that where it's similar to autism, but Andy don't want autism. I just want the proper help. I've been denied everything that nobody will use that diagnosis.
Right. So what I'm going to do is, and the reason why further assessment isn't needed to determine if you have autism is because you don't have autism.
How do you know if we didn't do this test medically?
I'm just here laughing. He doesn't have autism.
The cope is so hard.
Oh my gosh.
I don't want autism. So you don't have autism.
And if you look at CDD's letter that Dr. Hamilton sent out, she agrees it needs to be done.
The remainder of the call is a pretty painful back and forth, with Andrew regularly talking over the physician as he tries to explain his rationale, only confirming that he was right to deny any autism diagnosis. In his upload, Andrew would again try to make his point from a psychological perspective, which he obviously feels makes his point. But really, it only proves how rehearsed his knowledge on this condition is.
I think that the best thing to do would be to work with your therapist to Horizons and continue.
Ordered this test. Do you not understand? But dude, this was last year. They tried doing spool even from the holding center.
It's getting louder.
Give me help.
People, once you are given a diagnosis on your medical record, doctors tend to always lean towards that diagnosis, even if you don't display the symptoms of that. I have problems with my social and emotional sharing of back and forth. I have problems with back and forth conversations. They're always one-sided. They're always about me and my interests, and I have trouble responding to social interactions.
Andrew is very articulate when he needs to be, and when he needs to make a...
He was reading the autism diagnosis, and I believe the DSM, I believe. A side note that Andy can't do anything by himself, but he loves to talk about law. He's very knowledgeable about that. Yeah, he's gotten very knowledgeable about the law. Yeah. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy, chat?
Point. However, when he's faced with pushback from higher authority that prevents him from having his way, he immediately lashes out. And like clockwork, 4 days later, he voluntarily admitted himself for depression before being...
And he's back again for suicidal ideation. Yay!
Doctor, I feel sad. Can you change my diaper?
Just for the weekend, you know?
For the weekend.
I'm just depressed for the weekend. He can have my disability. I don't think he wants your disability. He just wants the ability to get his diaper changed.
He wants autism.
Yeah, Star, I don't think you have the tism, so he doesn't want it. Sadly.
Being discharged and being moved to a shelter, reportedly because he was feeling unsafe in his home. A few days later, a note of diagnosis came through.
You feel unsafe in your home. You're the one that put laxative in your dad's coffee.
confirming that he was still diagnosed as schizoaffective, and on Christmas Eve, documents state that they were again going to screen him for housing, and so the cycle restarts.
Some people who have different issues, like schizoaffective disorder, may not see themselves as having these difficulties.
In spite of his reservations from the previous assessments, Dr. Naylor agreed to do a follow-up assessment where he could take a closer look at Andrew and see if he could draw any concrete conclusions regarding a diagnosis. However, despite providing a detailed write-up of the time he spent with Andrew and his performance and tests, the physician declined to make a diagnosis other
I'm not
than
surprised.
an unspecified anxiety disorder. This is because Andrew had been spamming the doctor with emails, texts, and phone calls, which has clearly colored the psychologist's judgment.
You called me way too much. I don't want to give you a diagnosis now. Fuck you, man. Get out of my clinic.
Literally. I don't like violence, but if this guy got beat up in the street, I mean, maybe that might help.
Might help.
You want to know what's funny?
Did he get beat up?
No, but he tried to get himself run over in the street.
Wish it worked.
I don't know if we'll get to that tonight. We'll see. But there was a point where when he didn't get his way, he went to go lay in the street so that he could prove. Well, no. According to him, he doesn't know how to safely walk across the street, so he went to go lay in the street.
Gosh.
It was absolutely
So how did he
amazing.
get there? Did he walk or did he like fly?
Did he Uber?
He flapped his arms and got into the street.
Why did the chicken? Whoa! It was two with Todd.
This is so shameful on so many levels. Can I teach you how to pray, Star? Yeah, I can teach you how to pray. I might need to go to sleep first and tell you tomorrow morning. I need to learn how to pray today too.
He's flapped his arms and flew. Exactly, chat. You remember that movie about the kid who could fly? It's about an autistic person. I think the autistic person was Andy Ditch.
He believes he can fly.
Surrounding Andrew's intent.
somewhere.
Later on in the year, Andrew took to Google to write a negative review, accusing Naylor of failing to do a thorough examination and performing a non-approved.
See, the reason he doesn't have autism is because it's the doctor's fault. The doctor didn't do it right.
test that merely tested mental illness, which explains why the doctor reached a similar conclusion to ones drawn by other professionals. The report that Andrew shared himself shows that he did more than that, including a parental interview, but he chooses not to reveal that, instead complaining that he doesn't like tests and is now going to be homeless as he's unable to care for himself, stating that his doctors feel it is an autistic thing. If he somehow has multiple doctors who feel that he is autistic, why does he keep going for evaluations at other places who conclude otherwise? Either he enjoys being a perpetual victim of the system, or he's lying about having multiple doctors on his side. But it's probably both.
Kink.
It's interesting to compare this with another review he published around the end of the previous year, at a time when he was doing everything in his power to acquire a diagnosis, where in a deleted review on a motel, he again complains about his needs not being met, but this time speaks in a juvenile way, saying that he couldn't clean himself after poop diaper. Reading these reviews side by side is like reading reviews from two different people. But that's the kind of person that Andrew is. He will switch his personality to elicit whatever outcome is most favorable for him. It might work on some people.
Imagine getting a 1-star review on your hotel because somebody had a poop diaper and they couldn't clean it properly. Would you?
I would just delete the review.
Yeah, I would delete the review. Probably delete the hotel after that.
Anyway, let me stop.
Yeah. Oh, goodness.
But psychologists deal with this kind of behavior on a regular basis, and many of them can tell when someone is trying to compromise their judgment. If Andrew could just represent his own feelings accurately, he would probably be closer to finding out the truth about the sort of mental conditions he may possess. But he didn't really want the truth. He just wanted excuses for his behavior, and as people refused to validate that, he would only up the ante.
Yeah, until we get that police report done on my dad at the town, at least we got that one. At least the town is willing to work with me.
Andrew was deeply unhappy with Dr. Naylor's diagnosis, probably more unhappy than he had been the first time around, and he continued to protest it, divulging details that don't make his case any more believable.
Hey, Dad, Dr. Naylor said I had no autism even though I scored the same score. Why? Because I preside, because
dad
why? He was being misdiagnosed.
You might notice, by the way, I don't know if chat can see it. He's got a back brace on right now.
And a cane.
And a cane. And he's washing the car while his son is yelling at him.
Dad, I swear, I have autism.
I scored on the test, and they wouldn't give me the score. It's not a very good score, in my personal opinion. They should have given it to me.
It's not the greatest score in America.
I don't know. Dad could just grab the cane and whack him upside the head a couple times.
And then get
He
arrested
should.
for assault.
Yeah.
Cops would be
Fair.
cheering him on while they took him to the station, though.
Yeah, they would.
You knows me, right? Remember? So Johan Lumakusa has me put Jamie Kraft in the group text with him. And texting a doctor with somebody who has
Leave your dad
schizophrenia
alone.
in the group chat. Well, guess what? I asked Dr. Naylor, do I
Guess
talk
what?
like that? That's a crazy man. I don't go talking like that, do I? That's why.
Andrew's logic is
You're so
impeccable.
crazy.
He wants to stretch the definition of autism to its most extreme length.
There's no way his dad hasn't thought about like all the ways he could beat him with that cane.
Oh, he definitely has. He probably was thinking about that when he had to help his wife off the floor because Andy wouldn't help him.
Goodness freaking gracious, man.
Lengths so that it can include him, but thinks that he can disprove a diagnosis of schizoaffective disorder by weaponizing another person's diagnosis to try and distinguish himself from it. Andrew, have you considered that maybe he's the one with a misdiagnosis? No, of course you haven't, because you can't consider the
looked away and
fact
saw
that
him
maybe
shirtless.
you are
That wasn't
delusional,
pleasant.
which is
Yeah.
often the point of delusions.
Dad, my doctors say I need that help.
They're all discharging you. You don't see the light.
Why?
You don't see what
Why?
You do. Why they had enough. Once they
Hey,
sprayed
Dad.
out, they're gone.
Hey, Dad.
I'm horrified.
Hey, Dad. You. Hey,
Dad.
Dad. You said to me
Dad.
when I was talking to my caseworker Jennifer.
Dad! Reminds me this reminds me of Elf. Dad! I'm scared of the dark. Can you read me a bedtime story? It's like a fat Will Ferrell begging for dad. Only that he would probably still be funny.
Dad.
This is just depression, bro.
Yeah.
This is.
Well, you're gonna go through all of the negative emotions, including anger, you know, so. Oh, goodness.
Dad, your opinions. Your opinions. That's your opinion, right?
And so is Henry's opinion, but you don't like anybody.
Okay.
You only like Andy's opinion.
Andrew's behavior continued to spiral in reports following his eviction from a shelter
smokes.
after threatening behavior. He ran into traffic and was apprehended and admitted, although he would later say that this was staged as a cry for help.
Put him back
It
in
seems
traffic.
that sincerely asking for help is out of Andrew's wheelhouse.
And Andy used very inappropriate language towards our staff that should be construed as threatening. And if it was on anyone else, we would have discharged him on the spot, but we are not trying to displace Andy any more than he's already been. But we are looking to have him discharged early next week.
His search for housing was still proving fruitless, as reports indicated he was not cooperating with any searches, and his persistent requests to be treated by New York's OPWDD were rejected after they concluded that anecdotal evidence implied he could perform abilities related to functional independence. They also state that there isn't even a qualifying diagnosis, refuting Andrew's claims of autism as unsubstantiated based on previous findings. I don't need to tell you what happened next,
You'll
although
never
it
have
probably would have happened
autism.
anyway.
I don't want to work. I don't
Obviously.
want to work. I don't want to work. Do you realize
don't
how
wanna
bad
work.
that makes you sound?
What, did you want to try?
Yeah. Do you realize how bad it makes me feel when you constantly put me down?
No, we're not putting you down.
You are. You think I'm good.
I'll put you down. I'll put you down real fast, pal.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, with the 12 gauge.
The 12, exactly. Thank you, Lobert, for the 10. The absolute worst part about the PoopSquatch is that when his parents pass away, he will survive off the money stolen from me by the government. This will radicalize me to glow even harder. You know what's really sad? I'm pretty sure his mom passed away.
Oh, no.
I'm pretty sure his mom has passed away.
I hope she's resting in peace with God.
And you want to know what really sucks? When she passed away, he talked about how he forgave her for the abuse that she did to him.
Oh my god.
What? Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
More acting out, more aggression, more broadcasting it online. However, the extent Ditch took this behavior to only intensified, which seems insane when you consider that it was already extreme. But if you thought this story couldn't become any more unbelievable, then you probably don't know how these corners of the internet work, especially when Andrew finally started receiving what he wanted so desperately: attention.
I don't want to act anyway. Just teach me how to act the schizophrenic. Please. Mom, you know why I carry my teddy bear, Mom?
Now he's talking to his mom.
Gotta try to lie, sorry. It's because he talks to me, he tries to comfort me, and then he yells at me like Dad does. What?
Bro is talking to Demon.
The objective
He's
of
talking
the
to the
YouTube
demon.
channels that he
Might
was
as well be.
posting onto at this point seemed to be to cast light on the mistreatment that he was receiving at the hands of his family, law enforcement, and anyone else who stood in his way. He would feign capability to perform even the most basic of tasks, but was easily able to use technology to spy on his family and record any conversations they were having, even those to law enforcement, often posting them online without their consent.
I'll tell you, my blood pressure's up, and I'm supposed to have 2 surgeries next month. The doctor's upset, and she want to know why. I says, because Andy's back. Yeah, no. And if you see my house again, it's a cyclone. And I can't even practically to spend time down there. Last night, we were eating dinner in the dark. You guys have to let him back in. Why? Because he has no place to go. Yeah, and Lieutenant... That's his fault.
He seemed to be under the impression that this somehow demonstrated that he was the victim in this dynamic, often providing additional commentary which would serve to further reinforce his points. He believed that if he had control of the narrative, even if it commanded a small following, he would be able to use this to control those in his life, something that he craved so that he could make them cater to his every whim. So he would continue to document his supposed abuse to try and make his parents submit to his will, even if it was as simple as stopping them from playing musical instruments.
So let me explain what's going on right now. They're playing music in the background, and he is choosing that he is going to inconvenience them so hard by calling 911 and saying that they are abusing him. Which, by the way, autistic people can be very sensitive to music. I don't think he's one of them, and I think he's just attention seeking. So he can vote? No, he cannot vote. Well, he can vote, but is he going to vote? Probably not.
Keep him from voting.
So what you're listening to right now is him trying to get his parents in trouble because they are listening to music that he can choose to walk away from.
What is the address?
Okay, Andy, you need to go and get off out of my room because you're not welcome up here.
I need to get away from you.
It doesn't matter. You either
Get
go
away
outside
from me or I'm going,
or you
please.
sit in the living room while we finish eating, and then we'll be out of your way. We need to go.
You say that every
Andy,
single night.
follow
I will be up here
instructions.
until you come up.
No,
They
Andy,
have
get
to
off my
talk to
bed.
him like he's fine.
And there's his brother.
He often emphasizes his disabilities in these videos and repeatedly mentions his autism as a means to explain why he can't do certain things himself. From Andrew's perspective, this was going to work if
I joined the stream and I'm deeply uncomfortable. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, but that is about what I would expect for people that are learning about Andrew Ditch for the first time, to feel extremely uncomfortable.
people genuinely believed he was as mentally challenged as he said he was. Because for someone this incapable of caring for themselves, they surely need the support of a family or group home. But this was compromised by Andrew's lack of sophistication in his schemes, and his nature to overshare, which often showed him to be the manipulative coward that many in his life claimed him to be.
What law tells you that Andy can, that my dad can take a swing at me? What law? This wasn't the day. That was not the day. That was not the day that happened.
Well, I don't want to hear about it.
I want to have my right to due process.
I would say you get some legal assistance.
Stop abusing
I want
me.
my right to due
Okay, I want your
process.
supervisor, please. I have a legal right to file. Andy wants to grieve against you. I want to grieve against you. You already denying me my right to
Andy
grieve.
wants to be a Karen.
I want to grieve against you. I'm gonna grieve against you, Celeste. I'm gonna grieve against you. You're denying me my rights. You're denying me my rights. I'm gonna grieve against you.
Good.
Developers. That's all I can think of from side scrollers. Goodness freaking gracious.
I have a question. Is there any way to learn coding without paying for an overpriced degree?
Bootcamp.
Well, no, there are ways. My job, and I know a couple other jobs I worked for, paid for you to do classes. So I take advantage of it through my job, or excuse me, previous job, I guess, at this point. There are websites where you can learn coding. I don't know the name of the website right now, but there's a coding website that you can play video games, and it basically teaches you how to code through funness. I don't know the name of the website, but there are ways to do it. You can also just look for free resources on the internet. There's also a bunch of books and things that you can buy, like Coding for Dummies. My suggestion is you look for a coding language you want to learn, and then look up videos to get started. You know, and that's how you can do it. That's how you can do it. Thank you for the 2. The primal rage boils within me. I know, right? I know, right?
I'll let you fill out a form right here. You can fill it out and then you can leave. How's that?
Andy wants to have my right to file a grievance against you. Because I'm not getting abused anymore.
I'll give you something to fill out, okay?
I want help and you guys are not helping me.
On one hand, he would be contacting every authority figure available in an attempt to move forward his plans for a group home. Whether this was calling crisis services and 911, complaining about his family using musical instruments, implying that this space wasn't suitable for him, or if it was continuing to harass any caseworkers trying to help him out with housing, telling them that he would not settle for anything less than a group home with his stated specifications, and sending them links to his YouTube channel on the 27th of February to provide evidence of his mental disability. Anyone who followed that link might be pretty disturbed, as 2 days later, he would upload a video announcing that he is pooping himself, where he did, indeed, poop himself.
Relax. I gotta try it. Okay. If this is the video I think it is, just prepare yourself mentally.
Hey, relax. How much bleach do I need for this?
I'm gonna be honest with you. You might need to go buy some new stuff. Maybe get some Drano for the ears, you know?
Do I need to grab some alcohol for this?
You're right, I'll get some vodka, I'll mix it in there.
Yeah.
It's all good.
I am letting you all know right now, if this is the one that I'm thinking it is, and I think it is, let's do this.
Try to relax, try to relax. Try to relax,
And I think I'm pooping myself, damn it. I'm pooping myself. I'm pooping myself. I didn't know I was recording this.
He claims to not know he was even recording this, so I'm
I'm pooping myself.
I think we lost her. I think we're gone. Well, goodbye.
Got my scotch ready.
I didn't even know I was recording.
Medicare covered this guy. Yeah, Medicare talked about him briefly. I could have just brought up Medicare's coverage of this, but I felt like this was better. So yeah, that is one of the most infamous things that I've ever heard from this man on the internet, is where he just cries about how he's pooping himself and that he can't control his body.
We have lost the plot.
Listen, the plot was lost a long time ago. I don't know what you're talking about.
To begin with,
every day we stray further away from God.
Man, if I was unhinged, I don't know how many slurs and racist things I would have said by now, to be honest.
Towards the white guy?
Yes.
That's fair. That's very
I was
fair.
calling the N-word. I don't care.
That's what I was thinking, but you know, I wouldn't say that out loud. I'm part black. It's okay, right?
You got half a pass. You can only use the soft A.
You have my full N-word.
Every day, he skids away from God's life. And I don't think you want to know what kind of skid he's making.
No! Oh, man. Jimothy! Hi,
He's
Jimothy.
really making a mark in life. That is.
He's got a high mark, a skid mark. Amal, thank you for the raid.
Amal, yay!
Okay.
Let's go, Amal. Welcome in.
Welcome.
Okay.
Thank you, dog, for the raid as well. We're watching the beautiful world of the PoopSquatch, Andrew Ditch.
I think I'm gonna have to listen to Joji and drink like some alcohol or something.
I'm going to
before I
hell
go
for this
bed.
video. Why am I going to hell for this video? I'm just sharing. I didn't even make this video.
Cries.
The jackhammer that is Turkey Tom made this video. At least according to those two women that accused him.
Wait, why you got accused of something?
Yeah, so
oh my gosh.
It was
Crowd kitchen.
It was proven false later, but two women came out and accused him of being so rough during intercourse that they bled every single time. It was proven false.
Skillish?
That's why I said
I'm gonna shut up and I'm not gonna say anything.
it was proven false, and it was proven that the women were lying whores, basically.
Oh, you said something much nicer than I was gonna say.
Let's continue. I hope you're prepared, chat. It's only gonna get worse from here.
Sure, he didn't even know he was uploading or titling it either. I'm sure if he was confronted, he would say he
Why
was...
does that video have 12,000 views on it? What the fuck? Mizu, thank you for the raid.
Hi, Mizu.
Can we drag Mizu in here?
Oh, do you want Mizu? You know, Mizu. If Mizu, I'll DM him and ask him if he wants to join. He's probably gonna say no.
Come on, Mizu, do it. Do it, Mizu.
I'll ask.
Wait, no, let me shut up. I'm not gonna say that, so I don't scar the poor guy. Let's get Magma. Let's get Dylan. Let's get everybody.
Bring the whole squad.
Yeah, bring Star. Bring Miko.
Do you?
Bring
Do you? Oh, you said where? Okay. Do both of you have access to the red Discord? The red server?
Okay. Goodness gracious.
Here, I'll type it. Do both of you have access to that one? I think you do.
I do not.
Oh fuck.
I don't think so.
What about that one?
I got that one.
All right, let's go there.
Hello.
Hello. Look, I'm gonna send you the watch together. Actually, I'm just gonna.
Hi, Mizu. Do you enjoy suffering?
Well, somebody told me I rated into you talking about PoopSquatch. Unfortunately for you ladies, I already know about PoopSquatch.
Aww. But you'll suffer either way, right?
I will suffer through, yes.
Star, you should jump in too. Let me get the spooky texting started. How was your stream, Mizu?
It's good. I just wanted to do a little bit, so I'm not so lazy, you know?
Yeah, how's your mouth doing? You sound like you're not dying anymore.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I feel like I'm talking with a weird lisp, though. I'm gonna have to get used to missing teeth.
Oh yeah, because you got rid of some back teeth, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
You get used to it. When I lost my wisdoms, you get used to it. Let me get rid of the Celeste and the Dama Boogie, and then we'll continue.
I think I have another 30 minutes in me. I'm gonna be really honest. If I go past that, I think my brain's gonna explode.
No, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
How you been doing? Or how you been doing?
Wait, what was the question? Sorry.
How you been doing? Feeling good?
I'm struggling.
I'm trying so hard not to say any slurs, and it's getting incredibly difficult.
I can say them for you.
Oh fuck! All right, let's
terrible.
Let's continue. Oh, we might get Miko in here soon.
Yay, Miko! Let's go.
You're just trying to torture everybody.
Yes.
If people want to join, they can. I don't mind.
Doing this to raise awareness, which I guess he was, just not the kind of awareness he was looking for.
I didn't call the police because when she came downstairs to try to eat, it was so strong. And
By the way, that's his mom, and as you can see, she's struggling to stand up and walk, and she's got oxygen.
Yeah.
Heart problem and breathing problem. I had to put the oxygen out. I asked to turn it off.
Oh, okay. This video is gonna piss you off. All right, so here's some preamble. His mom has trouble breathing, as I've already said. All right. Andy decides that he wants to use essential oils to calm his mind down.
Oh, what a jerk. What an actual jerk.
And they ask him to turn it off because she cannot breathe with it on.
Oh,
and
wow.
he refuses to turn it off. And so they have to call the police to get him to turn it off.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
He refuses to do that. This morning when we came back from papers, the same thing. Even Joe, you can ask him. He had to go upstairs. We couldn't stand it because we're trying to eat, and he can't eat when it smells so bad. I have no idea. You'd have to ask him. He's videotaping us too.
I have a legal right to a lawyer.
Okay. Well,
have a nice day.
Oh my god.
I have a legal right to you.
And again,
what an ungrateful little.
This is all about essential oils.
Bro, I need to get my mom on this guy so she can grab a chunk and smack him silly, bro. There's no way. Oh my gosh.
You can even see the smoke. I guess I just don't notice it right now, but I haven't used a diffuser in fucking years, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's probably been since the pandemic since I've actually used an oil diffuser. I would use one now, but they probably don't mix well with 3D printers.
Breathe in fumes in their own house. So I'm asking you to shut the oil diffuser off.
It's for my coping skills. And I don't
It's
have
for my
to
coping
answer to you
skills?
unless it's a court order for it.
Andy, can you please not? Alright, well, I'll call my lieutenant and see if this fits harassment charges, and if...
I'm not doing it
So now the cop is like, if you won't turn it off, I will call and see if there's something I can arrest you for so that I can fucking arrest you.
Also, it's bad when a cop knows you by your first name.
Yes, I agree.
Absolutely.
Unless you're a famous content creator that you have to call and say, please don't knock down my door and shoot my dog. That's not good.
When he's just sitting there and he's like, Andy.
Oh, we have friends who joined.
Oh.
Exciting.
We got the fox and the cat. I also see your new Fugi. It's amazing.
Thank you.
Hello, Star. How you doing?
Hello.
You guys want to click the watch together link if you want to watch with us. It allows you to pause whenever you want.
I got it. I got it up.
Oh, that one
Are you guys having fun yet? Oh, that's Orbit.
Oh.
Celeste, I suggested bleach whites on your throne for this, just to prove it.
Star, I'm not going to use them. I'm going to eat them one by one.
Okay, don't say that, but...
Thank you.
Wolfsbane says...
Be surprised.
Wolfsbane says some people... Wait, what does it say? It says some people have never been punched in their life. No, I'm pretty sure Andy has been, quote-unquote, accidentally punched by the police as he's been arrested. So, you know.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. You know, it's probably would be an accident if it ever happened, don't you know? Anyway, let's continue.
Cause anyone to get.
Because your oil diffuser's on. Okay?
I'm not doing it to cause any intent, to cause anybody
it's
harm.
bothering them. It doesn't matter.
And you don't
You know
have.
what? Since I walked in the store,
Yeah,
you
poor
refused to talk
dog.
to me like an adult.
Because I don't appreciate you how you're treating me. You're discriminating against my disability.
That's fine. You can go to jail then. Okay, that's fine.
Arrest me. Throw me in jail.
I can.
Do it.
Throw me in
You
jail
won't.
for something.
Oh, no.
Arrest me for something for I'm trying to do something to calm me down.
Do you want to be quiet? Because you know what? I asked you man to man if you would just turn it down, and you refused. So this is what happens.
In mid-March, Andrew was arrested once again by police officers after refusing to turn his oil diffuser off, which his parents had asked him to do, as his mother and his pets don't always respond well to the fumes from the device. Following this, he was evicted from the house, and a temporary order of protection was taken out by his family against him. He took this as well as he always does, and landed himself in the hospital after suffering a head injury. I wonder how he did that.
I'm the juggernaut, bitch!
In this post, he actually says how much he likes jail and the hospital and how he's doing so well now. He also attempts to explain the dissonance in his behavior, saying that he's much smarter than his parents think, but that he just can't cope with the world due to his severe autism. He states that he didn't want to go back to his parents' house, so after he was released from the hospital, he was moved to a motel. Unsurprisingly, he didn't like this either, so he decided to launch a movement against the local authorities. And although he was never the best...
Wait, what does this say? Autism people are abused by police. YouTube Andrew Dist. I love how he can spell his name right. He knows how to spell Andrew Dist right, but he can't spell abus.
They didn't spell autism right.
They didn't spell autism.
You're right, he did. Oh my gosh, I didn't notice it.
Awesome. YouTube, right?
YouTube and police. Big words.
Big very big.
Is that bitch in the bottom left there?
No, it's ditch.
Oh.
Star, the link is, if you scroll up a little bit, it's the watch together link. You gotta click on that and it allows you to watch. You need to awesome more, yes.
Best at spelling. Something about this cardboard sign can't help but feel kind of intentional.
So YouTube knows I'm putting this outside, and I'm going to be calling the Town Police.
Is that a pizza box?
That autism people.
No, doesn't look like it.
It
might
be
the one on the left side that looks like little pizza box hinges.
It's either that or
the
it's
rest of it could be like cut.
It's either that or it's an Amazon box. I don't know.
Well, a lot of boxes nowadays have those small little, like, flaps and cuts in them.
This is true. By the way, this is like almost 10 years ago at this point, sadly. It's like 2019, 2020, I believe. Atsumune Miku.
Who are abused by police. YouTube Andrew Ditch.
Be sure to like and subscribe, everyone.
I have a legal right, your Honor officer can catch you up on that. I have a legal right to food and medicine and clothing that Eddie don't have. I have a legal right to have a group home You can't deprive me services that Andy's. I know you guys can't work on group.
Just to let you guys know, that is not a legal right. Okay? You do not have a legal right for a group home. If so, I would like to redeem one group home. All right, I'll take all my friends and we'll create the streamer house.
No.
We'll all pretend to be abused and autistic together.
No.
Can I claim ADHD?
Yeah, you can claim a room. It'll have like enough rooms for everybody.
Great. Good. Poor Akko. He's out of it. He's done. Wait, was that Akko or was that me?
That was
I can't
me.
tell
That was me.
anymore.
That was Akko.
There you go, Celestia. I'm all ordered.
Thank you. I'll make sure to eat them live. Oh my goodness. I can't, bro.
Andrew. I know they're working on People Link today because Andy already talked to my psychiatrist earlier. But I'm not going to be deprived of my basic needs by law enforcement when Andy don't even have a.
Can I just say, as somebody who was armed and like carried a piece around, it's just like really wild to see people talk to you like this. It's just like, man, do you know what's attached to me right now? And if you make any threatening moves and I feel like my life is in danger, you're fucked. I can't believe that Andrew just acts like this.
My hand would be resting on my taser, honestly. That's where my hand would be. It'd be on the non-lethal.
Well, you can't do that
left
either
hand.
because they could sue you and claim that you were threatening them. Unfortunately. That's like a thing that they told us. You can't rest your hands on... That's why his hands... See, unironically, that's why his hands are inside his police vest. Can't rest your hands on the spray, on batons, on the taser, or the firearm. If you do that at any point, people could claim that you were threatening them with the attempt of trying to take their life. So that's why, realistically, that's why his hands are inside his police vest, because that's the only place he can put it without them like trying to get upset. But I know what you mean.
To cross the street safely, which is why Andy's on this side of the street instead of crossing the street.
Now, there are movements for autistic people to receive better treatment when being dealt with by the police. But Andrew doesn't really care about that. He just wants to be the center of attention. It's funny how he doesn't feel overwhelmed by organizing a protest, but still can't seem to cook or clean for himself. This purposeful protest is ended quickly by the cops, but Andrew is not done. This time, he decides to enter the social justice sphere by launching TC, standing for Team Coolios, Abuse Prevention Community Advocacy Group, a group that is designed to prevent abuse towards adults and children with or without mental disabilities. So, just preventing abuse in general. I think there are already a lot of organizations dedicated to this, so this isn't the most original idea.
I'm glad that he showed some of them.
I am Andrew Ditch. I am the creator of
And he went to the children
Team
again.
Coolios.
Oh my gosh.
That is team as in football team, Coolios as in COOLIOS, one of my many made-up words. Abuse prevention.
What?
At gmail.com. Go ahead and search
Team
this
C's.
channel on YouTube. You should find it underneath my name, Andrew Ditch. I will provide multiple links and Facebook groups.
Andrew, you did not come up with the word coolio. Not as an adjective, not as a noun. This word has been in usage for longer than you've been alive. His intentions also become pretty clear by the second half of the video.
I ask that you provide me a resource and a team. I will create a Facebook group, community group, to prevent this from happening to the next person. And I'm going to be providing this all on a community-based support advocacy.
I don't know if you noticed, by the way, he's using first-person pronouns instead of third-person pronouns like he does when he's literally talking to people in public. Like, man, how fucking stupid can you be to not play up the grift even on your own fucking YouTube videos? He doesn't know how to try.
It is where everybody advocates for one another.
He wants to create a veneer of a community who advocate for each other so he can receive people's unconditional support with the expectation that he will do the same for them. He doesn't want professional advocates who might actually not feel comfortable enabling his behavior. He wants a whole crowd of people gathered around him telling him that he is valid, and he wants to use that as leverage. He also probably thought that if he actually set up an advocacy group, he'd just be able to work on his own case and force his way into a group home. As a Facebook Facebook post from around this time simply read, "Group home, yes."
Yay!
He also sent another email to mental health services threatening legal action if he didn't receive help, stating that he needs assistance and privacy.
I just like that. He's going to threaten legal action if they don't get him help.
I don't think that's how that works.
Put me in a home or I'm suing you. I don't think that
I
that's...
need someone to test my sugar for me? What the what?
When Sparky gets problem up, he goes to...
That's right. I forgot he's like got diabetes, I think, too.
Please help me. Please help me learn so I can sue my providers to prevent this from happening to the next person.
You know?
Oh.
If I was his provider, I would read that and I'm like, you know, how about we don't?
Due to his sensory problems and hygiene issues. He then shared another phone call with a psychiatrist where he ranted at her over his previous diagnoses, setting up bizarre straw men of reasons given to him in the past.
I'm smart. I deserve help. And then to be put down like
I'm
you're over
smart.
18. Autism
Oh. Okay.
for babies. Constantly degrading me like that. Do it yourself. And then he expects me to put my own self and safety by cooking or not knowing how to cook properly. Very smart, very potentially very good at cooking, but Annie needs help. Really, you could give me something to Annie been denied, insurance denied the Dr. Simria second assessment because ADHD and schizophrenia cannot go together. And I don't have the symptoms as schizophrenia. Whatever bipolar is, ADHD, autism is, Annie don't understand those way that is written. But I know I don't see things, hear things, or things that are not there. Because
you've been diagnosed with some disabilities. What have you been diagnosed with? Have you been diagnosed with autism? What?
That's where I'm so confused. What?
Maybe. Maybe, you know? Maybe 7th or 8th time is the charm.
What is wrong with me?
Andrew's persistent nature does not help him because it's so clear that every piece of information given to any authority has to be filtered through him. No clinician is going to take these sorts of phone calls as evidence because half of it is Andrew twisting the reality to create new pretenses that will reaffirm his pattern of thinking. Another note written around the same time states that he will be recording all conversations as he will not be denied services anymore. And he is taking legal action against his providers for what he says is medical misconduct. He informs them that he will be representing himself and that he has no
Hold on a moment. What?
That would regularly.
That was not him.
That was Onision.
No.
He just decided that's a callback. Holy shit. That's amazing.
Result in physical injury when people did as much as dare to question the verity of his condition.
Can I please leave?
Sir, no. The doctor
Why?
said no. The doctor said no.
I want to leave.
Hey, man, come on.
I want to leave.
He just
Can
spit
I
on them.
please leave?
That's disgusting.
I have a
how-
right.
That's
Not
assault.
do that, you idiot.
That's how you're gonna
Arrest him. That's assault.
I'm asking to leave.
That can be taken as
I
assault.
have a right to leave.
Before you leave after that crap.
I'm sorry, but you can't hold me against my will. I'm asking to leave.
Intensifying.
See, at that point, you would get arrested for assault. And I'm surprised he isn't being arrested right now for assault. That is insane.
Mm-hmm.
And he's recording his own bad behavior.
Yeah.
Yep.
Criminals are always the really dumbest. Criminals are always the dumbest because they tend to get caught in the dumbest of ways. Case in point, he's recording his own behavior.
His self-destructive behavior, in an attempt to make the point that he was incapable of making decisions, which ended up proving the exact opposite.
Andrew, you should have done this. You should have helped me with my sexy toy before.
He would also create new false personas online, including ones that reference his family and accuse them of crimes, including his brother-in-law, who he had only 2 weeks before claimed was not the actual perpetrator of the abuse that early documents.
Wow.
That is his brother that he's accusing of being a pedophile.
Projection, perhaps.
I'm just. What? I can't put to words my thoughts right now because that's how dumbstruck I am.
All right, Celestium, just to help you out, remember, sometimes God puts people on this earth to be an example of what we should not be, okay? So they exist to teach us of what we should not be. That's how we have to look at this, okay, Celestium? You've got this. You've got this, Celestium.
I'm gonna send him to God real quick. Okay, I'm sorry. Thank you, Star.
That's insane. Oh.
Patient had reported.
People did not understand what I was trying to tell people. That my brother Mike did not do it to me. It was his friend.
And he would also continue to threaten his own life or claim to be overdosing on medication.
Funny thing is, my dad didn't even call the cops or my mom, and I took a bunch of Benadryl. The very little that I have left. Because I took almost all of it last night, and I'm really hurt.
I'm a loser! I wish I was dead! Andrew abuses his parents, pretends he has autism.
This is the perfect fit for Heather.
Yeah, this is the guy right here. I feel like Andrew Ditch is the most underrated person on the
Haitian
internet.
or black or...
No, he's not a real black one.
And he did all of this while uploading this content to YouTube for countless creators and bystanders alike to experience, although he wasn't always amused by it.
What do you think about this guy? Yeah, he's cute. I think.
Hold on.
Excuse me.
I'm pretty sure that's Sam Hyde right there.
No.
That's Sam Hyde, I'm pretty sure.
That's Samantha Hyde. Before her transition, you bigot.
Oh my god.
How dare you, Debbie?
Wait, really? Sam Hyde transitioned?
No, last time there was a trans mass shooter, somebody did a Photoshop of Sam Hyde as a woman and said Samantha Hyde did it.
That's insane.
Somebody said that whoever killed someone said whoever killed the Ayatollah today was something along the name of Sam Hyde.
There's also anytime there was a Muslim terror attack, they would say it was Samadine Ideal. And they would Photoshop a turban on him or something.
I swear he's just worn a turban normally.
He probably has. We just don't have a picture of it.
Just like world peace. Oh,
yeah,
fuck.
it's always Sam Hyde.
Celestium, I know you have to get going, so I'm gonna let you bounce out so that you can go to church tomorrow.
I need to pray for this guy.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Celestia, don't leave me. I can't do this alone.
Make that see her look. She's right there. She'll help you.
Hi, guys.
I need to go sleep. Have a good night, everyone.
You have a good
Bye,
night.
Night.
USAF ace pilot Samuel Hyderson. The Red Baron was actually Sam Hyde, exactly. Oh,
it was always Sam Hyde.
I wanted to scroll up. Epic Lore Master asks me, do you go to therapy after deep diving in this stuff? Wavelength and vibration of these psychos has some cumulative fatigue. For me, I just pray, or meditate, or go to work. It helps. Disconnecting from the internet's very helpful, and that's what I recommend for anybody after looking into this kind of crazy shit, Everybody...
I'm just not going to touch YouTube or the internet tomorrow.
Everybody say goodnight to Celeste and give her some prayers. Give her some prayers. Hello, Miko.
Hi.
Oh, fuck.
How you doing, Betsy?
I'm doing pretty good.
Have you been watching this?
Yes, I have. So I wanted to join in.
What do you think so far of the illustrious PoopSquatch?
God, I just hope I never saw him.
Like I said, he's mixed between homelessness and being with his parents, so you never know.
Every week.
I got a link for Yako.
Introduces us to a locale that I wish I never knew.
You have something for me?
Oh no, I got the link for Miko.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Thank you.
Yeah, so you'll click on that link and it allows you to pause anytime if you want to comment on something. Don't feel afraid to do so.
Cat, cute little cat.
All right.
Boop, snoop.
Let's continue.
I think you should date him.
What do you think the kind of guy I'm talking about? What do you think he's into?
He might be into all the gymnastic things that you like.
What are you, Dad? Can you just pay attention to what I'm saying?
What did I just say, Andy? Here comes your fun car coming down the street.
I think he looks like he's a drug addict.
You little nuts are gonna be quaking.
Despite regularly uploading a lot of the content that was picked apart by onlookers, Andrew was pretty adept at making these channels disappear. But eventually, one of the creators wisened up and decided to create an archive for all of this content. This archive provides a lot of the source material that's been shown today, and with nearly 3,000 videos, it provided the building block for various others covering his deviance.
By the way.
Andrew was probably aware of this when he discovered that it had been created, and he didn't take it very well.
You got Wait a minute. So you're going to violate my right to justice because I'm too smart. Oh, these people who can bully me and harass me and cause fear.
You put it out there.
You can't. You have an obligation to protect this community. I'm part of this community, and I'm a danger to myself and others because I'm disabled.
He calls.
That's definitely something that you want to tell police. I'm a danger to myself and others.
And others.
Are you? How so?
The police in an attempt to deal with this, and when they tell him they can't do anything because he keeps uploading content, he decides to throw a generational outburst while aggressively bashing his head against a tree, throwing shit around, and then running away while his father continues to talk with the officer. This isn't new for either of them, so they don't seem to care too much, as they know Andrew will always come back.
You are aware of this crime. It is your job to refer
Andy, I'm not going to debate all night long.
I don't want to be abused anymore, okay? I don't want to be abused anymore by you piece of shit!
Oh my god.
You gotta understand something.
I don't care! I don't want to do this anymore!
However, when met with this indifference,
and remember, he decided to record and upload these to the internet himself for everyone to see.
Yeah, that's smart.
Yeah.
Andrew decides again that the only option is to take it up a notch and provoke a reaction. So, doing exactly the opposite of what he was advised to do, he goes back online and then doxes the addresses of various police officers while falsely claiming that they had a...
That's definitely a smart thing to do. Man.
Oh, no.
Police officers. I don't know how he got the police officers' addresses, but that's a very smart thing to do.
Assaulted him.
Lieutenant Omar's house, he beats me up and allows his police officers beating me up. I'm autistic. Let's go another one, officer. Here's Officer Strowski's house right here, guys. And he beats people up with autism.
He then proceeded to march over to the police station to file a complaint against an officer who had expressed skepticism toward Andrew's autism.
I would like to please make a police complaint against Officer Kraft. I was told by my lawyer.
I do not go on the internet for anything involving me or my life. I don't need anybody to know it.
Let me just say this, okay?
I want to remain a private individual, and I'm sure you do too. You don't want this for yourself.
No, I don't. It's actually...
The unfortunate thing is, this is going to happen if you continue to post videos.
Holy
jeez!
What?
I faked though. I fake.
The next day, though, he was back, doxing a group home that he claimed had discriminated against him, although these claims are totally unsubstantiated.
This is a transitional services incorporated group home on Street, Tonawanda. They deal with people with mental illness and they discriminate against people like me with autism and in diapers. And this is the contact person you want to email to tell her she discriminates
people.
Andrew's desire to control everything and everyone in his life was slipping out of his hands because of his terminally online behavior. There was no reality that existed where he continued to upload while tempering the audience that he had attracted with his depravity, and with that many eyes on him, he couldn't simply put it down to being his family, no matter how many fake accounts he created in an attempt to try and shift the narrative. So he did what he always does. He doubled down, even hosting live streams where he would occasionally engage with viewers.
And I'm not faking anything.
Wow.
He says, shout to Nick Gerlip. I don't know who that is.
And introducing his audience to his friend, Jamie, a schizophrenic person who Andrew used to show that he was actually very stable and normal.
Sorry, I just got called an asshole by an old
You don't.
Oh, fuck. That is so good. A trans group home. He does not need
Clearly
HRT.
very smart.
If you remember, he is missing that one little left boy part down there.
That's true. He is missing his left nut.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there was a note that
Yeah.
said he was.
Good.
He's having a conversation here. My mom and me both pointed this out. He's not even talking to anyone. I need to say something here to you guys, okay? This is just sad.
Jamie has also uploaded some interesting online content, regularly coming into conflict with local services. So he and Andrew sounded like a match made in heaven.
That's recording all of
I
you.
know, that's actually illegal. It's a HIPAA violation.
Good for you. I know your law. Good luck arresting me. 25 times no record. Bring the army. A real cop.
At the end of September, Jamie stayed over at Andrew's family's house.
These are yours.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that, yes.
I will never forget anything that you do for me, Andrew.
Yes. So I'm gonna
You
charge
are my
that.
best friend.
I don't think my dad will care if you stay here half an hour on the fort.
You know, I think this guy is just as crazy as Andrew is, now that I'm thinking about it.
What gave you that hint?
For schizophrenia, and I don't think it's being treated.
Yeah, you know, I think he's just as crazy.
I don't think he's great.
He let me charge my phone. And
He's not a complete dick like
I love your father.
Like
I love your mother.
this, you know, but yeah, let
But
me
I understand his point.
yeah.
His and your mother's primary concern is
Mhm.
you.
And then my mom and dad also have to worry about my mom's stress level and stuff.
Although Jamie and Andrew seemed to get along at first, by the end of the stay, Andrew was totally avoiding him. Because in spite of these similarities that Andrew sees in him due to their discrimination at the hands of the system, Jamie's nature to talk a lot was overwhelming Andrew due to his sensory problems.
I want him to have a safe place to stay tonight. Or last night. It was only one night. I can't do it another night. There's definitely a lot of behaviors that I'm aware of that I do that he does, but the problem is I don't go talk around like I'm God, or I'm Sir, call myself Sir Lucifer.
I do like that he draws the line at saying, I don't talk to, like I'm talking to God. I like that. That's funny.
Anyways, hello, Ryan. Welcome to hell.
Hello, Ryan.
Hi, Ryan.
The Stream Together link is in
Hi,
the
Ryan.
chat. We're watching Andy ditch the PoopSquatch.
Oh.
Oh.
I thought I was
There,
tired.
there you go. Have the link.
I grabbed it, don't worry.
All right, let's continue.
Or anything like that, okay?
Once Jamie left, Andrew made a series of allegations against him, which included destruction of property and theft.
I put it on the table, or on my corner.
Not gonna lie, I kind of believe those ones this time. Out of everything else, I kind of believe that those ones might be true.
My computer desk rather last night, and Joe saw it, Dad saw it. What happened was I then get upset because it's not there. Dad and Joe was the one who reminded me that Jamie steals money. Did he have my computer on? He tried.
I think he tried. I don't know.
He must have logged in because there was software on my computer that I know I didn't have on there.
I don't know if these claims are true, but it feels a bit ironic to see Andrew clutching his pearls over behavior that he has regularly stooped far lower than. But I guess because Jamie wasn't having a meltdown while doing it, it means he doesn't deserve the special treatment that Andrew demands.
Harassment for what?
Lieutenant Work already told you, Andy. I'm not going to argue with you.
I'm not
I didn't do
understanding.
the warrant. I didn't do the warrant.
But I'm not understanding.
For stuff that you put on the internet.
That's not harassment. That's free speech.
Well, I didn't sign the warrant. Judge Saltarelli did, so you can tell him that. Okay? He's got a lot of degrees in law, so I don't know if he'll appreciate that.
Earlier on in the month, Andrew had been handed a court summons after his little doxing spree. He defended this under his First Amendment rights and then attempted to justify the existence of his online content by saying he could make it, at which point the officer provided him with a very helpful reminder of the difference between can and should.
I'm tired of being cyberbullied.
Well, you should do what I told you to do many years ago. You know what that
I
is?
have the right to post the things I go through at home.
Oh yeah, you sure you do. You know what?
What?
I mean, I have a right to, walk down the street with just my underwear on, but I'm not going to do that either.
Given the extent of this behavior and his repeated patterns, there was the expectation that something might finally be done about his toxic conduct. Andrew also seemed aware of this possibility, and on October 4th, he gave his viewers a swan song before the curtain fell.
Because, Dad, I have to get into the bathroom to take a shower. I pooped myself. I don't have anything clean up, and I'm in a diaper that I only have diapers on the porch. I don't have any wipes.
Andrew soiled himself outside of his house and then couldn't unlock the door for whatever reason. So he called his dad, who was currently out of the house dealing with flat tires. So upon hearing his dad might not be back for a bit, he informed his dad that a police officer had told him he could break down the door in these scenarios.
I was told by Officer Kraft that I could break down the door.
Excuse me.
I pooped my pants, I'm stuck outside the house, and the police officer told me it's okay to break down the door. And Dad, you're probably gonna have to pay for it because I don't make any money.
I gave up watching some podcast for this.
Throw him in a box.
I thought I was tired, but I woke back up.
This is why you're supposed to use protection. This is why you're supposed to use protection.
Yeah, I agree.
Don't create an empty ditch.
Exactly.
He's the advertisement for condoms.
Literally.
Oh.
And I'm trying to be honest, and I'm trying to be patient with you, and I don't want you getting upset at me.
Andy,
so
you can't tell me what I'm doing.
Can you please
I'm working.
help me?
Does this guy even hear himself?
Dad, I don't like being in a poopy diaper. I'm going to break down the door but you said to the police, and I have it on recording, that you were going to be back.
Andy, if you break down the door, I have to press charges against you.
Well, the police told me I could do
because
it.
You're the one
The
that
police
lost
told
the
me you
key.
could do
Yeah,
it.
You break down the door,
Taking a poopy diaper.
I'm pressing charges. But the police told me I could do it. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
think
Not their house. It's not their house.
I don't think the officers told him that.
He uses the term poopy at age 40. At this point, he's like in his mid-30s, I believe, which isn't really that much better, but you know.
The one that could have brought your key, but you threw it away. So I'm not coming back. I'm running away.
Dad, I
gotcha.
didn't want to come back, and I was forced back here, so give me a
Andy,
break.
don't use it.
Later on in the day, he calls
me
the
a
Society
break.
for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, reporting an emergency and accusing his father of neglecting his dog, which he calls his therapy support dog, something which I'm pretty sure everyone else is also hearing for the first time.
My dad, who is Thomas Ditch, is neglecting my my therapy support dog, Tucker. Tucker has not been to the vet for a while. He has fleas. He has untrimmed nails that my father refuses to take care of, and I'm autistic. I am being abused and neglected by my father as well. And you can have all the videos on YouTube of the living conditions and the pictures of the fleas that I tried helping my dog Tucker with.
He also
Rescue
makes claims
Tucker,
about the family cat and whatever else he can think of to raise alarm. Then he argues with his mother.
Come on, tell me I'm paranoid. Come on. I'm so delusional.
Again, his mother, by the way, that is on oxygen, has trouble standing and moving and is getting up there in her age.
Yep.
Come on, tell me. Come on, say it. So delusional, so paranoid, right?
right, Mom?
This is the same day he had uploaded a slideshow documenting what he clearly believed to be incriminating photos of the squalor he's living in. It's an interesting choice after all the videos that he's recorded, that now he decides to just show his viewers a bunch of pictures. But I think we all know why that is.
Dad wasn't petting the cat. He wasn't trying to get the cat either, like he said. There's a cat still down here, and then he didn't, and he just did that for whatever. For attention to start stuff. I don't want to be here.
The truth is that none of this mattered if Andrew was going to see some real consequences for his actions. But at the October 5th court date, Andrew was told to stop uploading onto YouTube for 5 months. This was disappointing news for everyone, both those who wanted to see the book thrown at him for his repeated criminality and those who were hungry for more Andrew Ditch content. The truth is, everyone would have to wait, but Andrew would be back with a vengeance.
I am not disgrace. I am vengeance. I am the night. I am
Pooping myself.
Pooping myself.
That is a hell of a transition there.
Diabolical. I do. Somebody asks why 9/11 hasn't blocked his number. They can't. They have to treat everything seriously. Because you have to think, if they block his number and then he calls them and something happens, he can sue the entire city for that, and he would win.
Yep.
So they can't block his phone number. And that's why the law really is made for people not like Andy Ditch, because it's made for people that actually don't abuse the system like he's doing and pisses people off.
And poops his pants.
So first of all, I'm not here to speak to you. I'm here to speak to your mother. Yeah, but you're a mandated reporter. What's your name? The what? What is your name? My name is Gilead. And can I have a business card for my lawyer? I don't have a business card with me, but it's at the 95 Franklin, and it's 858677. I know our number, but I call all the time. Why can't you guys help me? I mean, my mom's heart can't handle this. I'm disabled. I'm leaving.
My gosh, he is not allowed to talk to about his mom like that when this is what he's doing. I'm really, I don't like him. This is where I get really pissed off with people like that. I hate him. And then he's just running away. He's running away, by the way.
I can't take your view. You're supposed to protect people like me.
To the surprise of a lot of people, Andrew mostly abided by his court order, and he actually didn't upload videos while he was ordered not to. Although, as that previous clip showed, he didn't deviate from his usual.
Oh, look at the dog go! Whee!
Deviance. He did record the occasional video, which he would upload after his return, as well as having his brother capture some of the more cherished moments they shared during that time.
I don't want you to be in your house anymore. You won't help me.
Don't forget about the
I'm tired of you abusing me. I am tired of you abusing me.
Alright, he's just destroying property now.
This
is why we can't clean the house.
They're just one big happy family.
Oh no.
Wow.
I'm on to liar, my ears. I'm on to liar, my ears. Move, I'm abusing you. I don't want to be you abusing me. I don't want you to hurt my ears.
He rammed me in the wall.
Once the sanctions against Andrew for posting were lifted, he rushed back to YouTube, immediately uploading content for everyone to enjoy.
It is my right as a patient. You told me I had capacity. Let me leave, God damn it! You told me I had the right to leave. I'm recording you. I want to leave, and I'm calling
Good
the
to know.
police. You're refusing me that right.
However, this time, realizing that he was fighting a losing battle, Andrew decided to embrace his lolcow status and take to the corners of the internet that despised him as much as they celebrated him.
Man, this guy, his lore goes so deep, and it's just pooping
and abusing.
One of the channels that covered Andrew a few separate times was a channel by the name of Clean Stash, also known as Clean Urine Stash, hosted by a man named JoJo, who regularly made videos about lolcow type people. Andrew had been aware of the channel since the year prior, but in late March 2023, he did something unprecedented and called into Stash's stream to talk about his favorite subject, himself.
Andy here, and I think people just don't understand me very well, and they kind of like get upset with me or annoyed with me, and I think people just don't really see who I really am, and that's why I'm here. I'm not here for attention, not here for sympathy, wanting to say who I am and what I really am about, and not just somebody who you see on the internet.
JoJo's friendliness allows Andrew to let his guard down and tell his version of what's happened in the past few months.
So, like, you went off the internet for a while, and what was that all about? Were you, like, did you find a group home? Were you in a hospital?
No, actually, I don't know how to say this other than I got in trouble for a video that was posted of a police officer.
I don't want him to be my fan.
And
I will block him if I see him.
I had no idea it could hurt somebody or cause somebody fear or any of that. I did not...
Well, he's 365 pounds, so he'll definitely take the biggest Occo fan for sure.
He just wants an autographed diaper.
Oh no. Absolutely not. Oh.
I'm gonna add to the chaos.
Thank you for that, Star.
I'm gonna add to the chaos before or after he needs it.
No, I need. Hold on, I can't breathe.
Oh, please, don't hurt yourself, please.
Star, please.
I'm good.
Please breathe, Star.
It's okay, Star.
I'm good.
We appreciate your contribution.
Your contribution. How tall is he? I don't know. I just know he weighs like. He alleged that he weighed 365. Oh, you good, Star?
I'm good. I'm good.
Good.
Realized that was the issue.
When Andrew wants to escape admitting that he's done something malicious or dangerous, he'll instantly defer to the idea that he doesn't understand the consequences. If he didn't know it was wrong, he wouldn't have done it out of spite.
How's your mother and father doing?
My mom is in a lot of pain, and she's going through a lot of stuff too, and she hasn't fallen in a while, which is good. My dad has been really busy helping me and my mom, and a lot more calmer and understanding of me.
Thomas is a saint. Your father's a good guy.
They talk about a lot of subjects, and in spite of Andrew's usual combative nature, they seem to share some positive chemistry, with Andrew at the very least talking more sympathetically about those in his life, acknowledging the internet probably isn't too good for him, and that he wants to improve and find help.
I do need help getting back offline again, because I want to make sure I get into a group home. I think the YouTube stuff is causing me some issues.
Andrew also talks about the system.
I love how he says that in 2020, 2021, and it's 2026, and he is still making YouTube videos, by the way. He is
kidding.
No, I am not kidding. He's still making YouTube videos.
When relating it back to the story of his acquaintance, Jamie, who Andrew hilariously laments doesn't want help, as opposed to him, who does desperately want help.
I'm not going to just say that he's bad because he has some mental issues. Am I saying he's the best person? No. He had helped me with going to work, and that was one of my support people that had helped me. And if you want to look at somebody with schizophrenia, how that throws somebody's life off. And the funny thing is, he's been arrested so many times with serious felonies, like he's beating up police officers. The laws in New York State are so strict when mental illness and you're arrested. They had to basically force the people into treatment, and he's refused treatment. How is he still not in jail until he accepts the treatment?
It's in these moments where Andrew can be a surprisingly compelling actor, and as always, viewed in a vacuum, these moments may come across as genuine, but then you remember everything else he's done to his family and everything he will almost certainly continue to do.
He took all his medicine and destroyed every single pill he has to take.
and some of it could be life-threatening. And especially since he's got sugar, he threw them all out. And then he had a big bag, and I think my son might have put one in the vehicles. I finally ripped it out of his hand. He threw the glass of water at me. He was going to take a whole pile of freaking pills and pop them down his throat. So I put them out in the car, and he started tearing up all his diapers. And he won't wear diapers. Now he's selling them in my house all over.
Isn't that amazing? He's been begging for all of these things, and then he's like he's destroying his pills. And he's destroying his diapers.
Wow.
Wait, Miko, are you serious?
I'm dead serious. My fiance just found that.
And you...
Huh. Interesting.
What the fuck?
Andy or his father?
It looks like both of them.
What?
Oh. Was there any charges made?
No, it looks like no. So chat, it is being alleged right now that Andy Ditch might be talking to minors on the internet.
Nice.
This is quite the thing to allege, and I would like to see some proof of it. Yeah, I'd like to see some proof of this, but that's insane. I don't like that whatsoever. That's so weird. I can't sleep. I'm sorry. Okay, we're only gonna go for a few more minutes. I knew we were not gonna finish this 4.5 hour documentary. We're gonna go for
the dream.
We're gonna go for a few more minutes, and then we're gonna end it off here. But what do you guys think so far about Andy Ditch?
This is horrible.
How is he not permanently in the system?
How is he not in a padded cell?
The system keeps kicking him down the road because they don't want to deal with him.
Why am I here watching this?
Lock him under the prison.
Because he chose to be here.
I'm going.
Does anybody
to
have a discount code for bleach?
Yes, actually, it's
I have coupons.
I have a discount code for bleach.
One of his caretakers had a child, and she encouraged her child to be with it. I remember that. Yeah. No. Now that I think about it.
Oh no.
And she believed the Kool-Aid her children also. Yeah. So he had an aide who had a child, and the child hung out with him for a bit. And then the aide was fired for that reason, and he was upset that the aide was fired and that he couldn't hang around her or her kid. And when he asked them, why can't I hang around the kid? The person on the other end of the phone says, because people don't normally want to do that. I remember that now. I remember that now. Anyway, we'll go for a few more minutes and then I'm going to be done because I still have work tomorrow.
Over the place. And everything else. And he had an accident in his pants yesterday because you don't know when he has to go eat food. And he's pooping his pants.
However, this call marked Andrew's venture into more online commentary, which he would follow up a few days later with a video that discusses the trolling of his old friend. Dragon Lord Frodo and the ever-infamous internet figure Chris Chan. If you want to learn more, watch my video. Anyhow, despite Dragon Lord Frodo, or Mike to close friends like Andrew, clearly rejecting Andrew's attempts to bond, Andrew reached out again, but this time talking about him in regards to present legal issues he was facing, allegedly relating to Michael coming into contact with someone he was told to stay away from.
The one thing I am aware of, and the only one I'm aware of, is he got into trouble again after violating a stay away order when he decided to go garbage picking for tin cans and stuff.
Andrew decides to relate his autism diagnosis to this, stating that because he avoids eye contact with people, he regularly doesn't even recognize them until they start talking.
If it was me, I probably would have done the same thing, not intentionally, and not trying to cause any issues. I have a hard time, spotting if somebody is around me or who's around me. Michael had a legitimate excuse for what happened. I believe he was a victim of being forced into society to follow rules that he's not capable of doing because he's not aware of his surroundings.
Evidently, Andrew has very little knowledge of this case and is in no position to provide any commentary. But if he does frame it sympathetically, he knows he can relate it back to himself in his usual fashion.
And I don't know the person who had issue with Michael. I just know what I feel. And the lady didn't understand because she doesn't really understand people with autism. And knowing myself with autism, that individual probably made a statement that caused Michael to hear and get frightened and frustrated, and that caused him to violate the order even more.
Thank you, Judge Ditch. Case dismissed.
I can definitely tell you that he has some sort of personality disorder. I do see that with him, that he doesn't want to socialize with other people.
Welcome to hell.
We are live laughing at the PoopSquatch Andy Ditch.
Live love laughing.
I should literally right now, and all my nerves in my brain be destroyed. What the name that you just gave me?
Yes, Lord Bruticus for 5 says, brother, get the flamer, the heavy flamer. Grab the heavy melta when you're at it.
Oh my goodness gracious. All right then. So Dylan did warn me correctly though. Oh God.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Souls and have mercy on you. And I don't know. Go after this. Please go to your local church. Get baptized again. All right. Good luck with that. I'm gonna go have nightmares now. Thank you.
Have a good one.
Bye, Zolo.
Bye, Zolo.
He doesn't understand what his mom tells him or what is going on.
Wow, and he's a psychologist too? Is there anything Andrew can't do?
I think he truly doesn't understand why or what's going on. Just like me, I don't understand when my family can't do something. I'm not going to just say that he has something or don't have anything. I truly believe that his autism is more of a problem, and I don't think he has a mental illness other than maybe anxiety and trauma or a personality disorder related diagnosis.
When someone like Dragon Lord Frodo turns down your request for friendship, you take that as a blessing. Andrew Ditch has co-opted this angle of seeing the best in everyone from the numerous people who tried to help him, who he subsequently turned on. Now, he's extending this same exact perspective to the people he knows are just like him.
Fight me!
Who repeatedly reject help and indulge their worst tendencies. He wants a group pity party with all these losers in one place, but even they won't hang out with him. Let's see what he has to say about Christian though, and how he's going to relate that one back to his situation. This was after charges were filed against Christian, by the way, so Andrew really has no excuse for what he's about to say.
I saw somebody who replied to that comment on Kiwi Farms that said that he didn't do it, that somebody had said it and it was only a rumor. And then when they had asked him about if it was true or not, he admitted to doing something. So I personally believe that Chris Chain did not know what he was being asked of. And I personally believe that he does not know what incest is.
Andy, if that was the case, what do you think Chris Chan thought incest meant? A warm cup of coffee? I think Chris knew exactly what incest was and still does.
And I personally believe that is why he got in trouble. And if you look at me in my situation here, I was trolled. I had hateful videos posted about me.
Oh man, that's classic. It's so old.
Ancient.
Oh.
Me, and I don't understand why these people are allowed to do that to me. Vulnerable adult, I'm a disabled adult, and these people are committing hate crime against me.
What does any of this have to do with anything? Did Andrew just clickbait Christian? Because all he's doing is talking about himself.
If that happened where somebody used a video of me and used it in a way to cause me to get arrested, I believe that they did the same thing to Chris Chan. And just like when people accusing me for being a sexual predator, because I have a video in a playlist of mine of kids with pull-ups.
What did he say?
And I wanted to show my mom that video because it was something that I did and my brother did as a kid.
That's kind of a weird self-report, but okay. Maybe you should stop putting weird stuff in public playlists if you don't want to be called weird.
There was
I would
been
agree.
a comment on the internet by a troll that they're not going to stop unless I come up and respond to that. And then they said I pooped my pants in a Tim Hortons that cleared everything out. Well, I pooped my pants
I swear he admitted to something like that. I don't know. My man.
everywhere.
I poop my pants everywhere.
Andrew wants to act like he's taking a stand against his, quote, cyberbullies, but barely a few days ago, he was being buddy-buddy with someone who thrives on this culture. He knows that this kind of content will only encourage people to become more involved, and he knows that talking about both of these people will not help him in any way whatsoever. Dragon Lord Frodo has already made it clear he doesn't like you, and Chris Chan isn't going to pay attention to a D-list degen like you either.
No.
Andrew is aware that he's being compared to these people and wants to somehow make them all martyrs for his autistic cause. But I don't think their reception is strictly due to their mental conditions. It's also due to their actions,
gosh.
just like Andrew's reception is due to his actions. Actions that Andrew has shamelessly admitted to.
It's not who you are underneath. It's what you do that defines you.
Some things are not up for interpretation.
What do I have issues with? Pooping myself. So I thought I would have a fun story to say. I put MGSO.
Pooping myself and fun story are not things that I feel like could fit together in a sentence. I'm going to be completely honest with you.
No.
You know?
Yeah, no.
I don't know.
In your food stew last night, enjoy shit yourself. You may want to bring a diaper with you because you're doing newspapers. I had that fantasy of my family needing a diaper.
What the
How they
fuck?
make me feel about
Excuse
being in
me?
diapers. That's why I did that.
Andrew would continue to give time to those he branded as trolls by joining them for debates, including debating esteemed author Dr. Kevin Melvins over whether autism is real.
If there's no such thing as autism, then why am I repetitive restricted and have trouble understanding people and social cues and stuff?
Over to you.
Mr. Ditch, I'm sorry, Andy. Andy, you have different disorders that are packaged into one.
He would also continue to try and recruit for his degenerate army by talking about other notorious online figures, such as fellow diaper enjoyer Nova Online and other notorious people like Cyrax and Daniel Larson.
You can clearly tell this person.
Chat, we need to have a vote if Dama gets to see Daniel Larson or Nova next. Which one do
I
you
don't know
want?
any of these two. I'm scared.
Chat, which one do you want? Nova Online or Daniel Larson? Which one do you think would be better? Please throw a comment down below. Which one do you think would be better?
It's definitely autistic, has some serious issues.
What are you doing, Andy?
And being bullied online by people.
The Locale
And this
Avengers.
person is not very mentally well. Let's just put it that way.
If anything Andrew said held any influence or weight, I'd say it was dangerous to tell people that this is just who they are and they can't change. All of these people are too deeply invested in their own online persona to ever care what another person in a similar position has to say, Andrew included. If any of these people actually challenged Andrew on his perspective, he would double down every time. So I don't know why he would expect any of these people to heed his own words. But if they did, then they would find him taking advantage of their vulnerabilities. Because Andrew doesn't really want them to improve. He just wants them all to roll around in the shit with him.
People with autism tend to hang around people who are younger than they are because of their emotional and mental age and their
I'm a
social
lot less skeptical about that
Okay,
Facebook post now.
Huh?
Yeah.
I'm a lot less skeptical about that Facebook post now.
You think so?
Yeah. These words that he is saying matches what has happened in that post.
And
Yeah.
he's also made multiple comments that we previously called out, where he does the night iron thing and always talks about the kids.
Yeah, I agree. I'm a little bit less skeptical about this now. Dama needs to see the white Bowser. Oh gosh.
Who?
Who?
His name is the White Bowser.
Who?
He's basically.
Is there a specific reason why?
Because he's white. And he dressed up like Bowser once. So he's the White Bowser.
Oh no.
Deadpool from earlier says the primal rage boils within me. Feels. I think this will be a good pausing point. If I didn't have work, I'd probably go longer, but I feel like this is a good stopping point. I think people have suffered enough tonight. Earl Dubé, yes, chat. Earl Dubé.
I yearn for the sweet release of a dirt nap.
See, the problem with the White Bowser is people got on him for Lolicon, but then they figured out that he also had minors in his server, and he was sharing. He was actually like doing what everybody's accusing Nuxtaku of doing, and it was really bad. It's just like people got upset at Nuxtaku. This guy actually did what Nuxtaku was being accused of, basically. How much time was left? An hour and 20 minutes.
Didn't he also grope somebody too?
The White Bowser, yes, the White Bowser groped an underage girl. He claims on accident, but
Please tell me he has been removed from society.
no, he actually came back recently. He's like apparently he's apparently attempting another repentance arc. I heard that there's a video where he is like recently going to a church and confessing his sins, and he put that up on the internet. So, chat, we'll have a vote.
You're in the confessional and somebody gets in the other side and says, "I've been touching little kids."
I think. Well, here's the problem. I think priests are mandatory reporters, so they kind of have to go to the police if you say that. I think.
There's some things you can't report, but
Oh no, man. Ugh, that might be one of them. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed today.
Enjoyment is a very loose term.
Your
I hope you were-
definition of enjoyment is skewed, Akko.
I hope you were educated today, chat.
That's
I
a
feel
better
so
word.
educated.
Is it
I wanna
possible
jump for joy.
Is it possible to unlearn things? Because I want to unlearn.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, hi, it's a raid. Welcome, viewers.
Oh, what, did I get raided? Really?
All right, another
Well,
2 hours.
Now you have to keep
Oh
going.
no.
Bolt the words in the views and joined. Say hello.
Orange cats only have
Leon,
2
I was
brain cells,
literally
and I just
about to
lost half
raid
of them.
you.
Means
I have
you
work
can keep
tomorrow.
your
I
brain
have
cell
to.
tonight.
I have to go to bed. Thank you so much for the raid, though.
Means you
Welcome,
can keep the brain
welcome.
cell tonight.
Well, we already had our fight for our brain cells.
Oh,
Yeah, you can
fuck.
keep it. I don't need it to. I need it to unprocess all this, so I don't need to remember things.
Means another hour. I can't do another hour, chat. I need that hour. I legitimately want that extra hour of sleep. I have to get up in like 7, so I need that hour, chat.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry.
You need to like sleep now.
Yeah, 7 is my
Imagine
minimum right now.
Not being nocturnal like me,
All right,
as I am still tired.
chat, and I do appreciate you, Leon. Thank you. I'm gonna send you guys to Moonshine. I don't think I've ever rated them before, but they're cool.
Whitewood Lemonade. Whitewood Lemonade. I know a great podcast you could raid.
We'll do it next
Yeah.
time.
No, Scum only does podcasts on Saturday. I was making a joke.
Dama go live. Dama is live. Chat. What do you mean?
Dama, go live again.
I'm gonna.
Dama, end your stream and go live again.
No.
I'm gonna say Dama's probably gonna rest too. I don't know. This has been a long, almost 4 hours.
Yeah. I'm probably just gonna chill and then eventually go to bed.
Okay. Chat. Thanks for coming by tonight. Thank you to everybody that donated, obviously, and thank you to my guests that came over. I hope you guys have enjoyed yourselves.
I've enjoyed more Curse
enlightened.
knowledge.
More than you can know.
More than I could ever know.
Yeah.
If we have to suffer, at least it's with friends.
Exactly.
More than you
Hell yeah.
ever know, and more than you ever want to know.
Yay.
Yeah.
Oh, chat. I'm setting your leaflet on kick.
Oh shit, leaflet's
All
out
right.
now.
Chat, I'll see you tomorrow for Dog Wave over on Temp's channel. You guys all have a good night. And I'll see you there. Or I'll see you